Nitromaniac TV's Drag Files, taking you trackside or an admission pass. Subscribe today for the best in modern and archival drag racing content. Plus, coming soon, join Kellen Nitro as he takes a look at the classic races that make up drag racing history in the Retro Race Review. Subscribe today at tinyurl.com/drag files. Hey everybody, it's Kellen Nitro for Nitromaniac TV's Drag Files channel, and as well, Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited. Welcome to the Christmas Extravaganza. We are live streaming on both Drag Files and Wrestling Unlimited tonight. Just hanging out and passing a little bit of merriment. We know that things have been a little bit tougher, a little bit kind of rougher here towards the end of the year and that stuff. So I figured, let's do a collaborative Christmas stream and get as many people in here as we can to kind of talk and hang out and chat. So anyways, starting things off, not really a set discussion topic for any of these streams or whatever. It's just, think of it as like a giant virtual Christmas party with different personalities that we have featured here on both channels throughout the year and so on and so forth. So if you'd like to leave a comment, feel free to throw it up in the comment section on whatever you're watching, because I know I'm pretty much basically just streaming out everywhere right now. So I'd like to introduce to you, first of all, our first kind of quote unquote guest for tonight. If you're a fan of the Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited channel, you will have seen his work in the past, as well as I think it's the most viewed video on that channel when we sat down and talked about the 2001 Royal Rumble. Would they have had a shot, where we went down through all of the participants of the 2001 Royal Rumble and basically figured out if they would have been a good WrestleMania main event that year or not. I'm going to bring him in right now. It's that house, Mr. Morehouse. How you doing, sir? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Let's kick off 2021 with style and enter 2022. So yeah, I'm excited to be here, and let's have a little party and a little fun today.
That's exactly right. I'll throw it out there already to the people watching the live stream. The hat itself, let's see if I can find the button here. There is a button on this hat that makes it do goofy stuff. And I can't find it. There it is right there. Okay, so that is setting number 1. That's Disco Dance Party setting number 2. That's hazard light warning setting number 3. And then this is turn on your full lights setting number 4. So let me know.
Dazzle, just lights. No dazzle,
I'll keep it off
lights.
for the time being, but there we go. Everything else might be a little bit extra or whatever, but hey, it's the holiday season. What can you say? What can you do? So as you've seen from the opening and that stuff, there's a little holiday tribute video for the Drag Files guys. A bunch of great clips from the channel that I set to the Nutcracker Suite about a year or so ago, just because I felt artsy. So there we go. And also, hey, feel free to crack open your booze with us tonight as well, if you're drinking anything. I have a cooler.
What do you got on the go there, Kellen?
I got a cooler right now, so yeah. I'll be making repeated trips to the fridge from the cooler. But we're going to start things off on this side at least. What are you drinking first while I prep this?
I have a classic old fashioned with a little bit of Jack Daniels in it.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. Is Jack Daniels your brand of whiskey, or are you a Crown Royal guy? Or
I'm learning whiskey. I only got into whiskey this year. So yeah, if you have good suggestions for different whiskeys, I'd be happy to hear them. Mm-hmm. I tried Jack Daniels, a couple others. I don't have a commitment to any, but yeah, if I could find the right one, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely, for sure. So I'm a craft beer guy, so we're going to start with the craft beer. So we're going to start things off tonight with a winter shaker from a brewery here in my neck of the woods in Edmonton, at least, called Omen Brewery. And this is the Winter Shaker Winter Warmer, 6% alcohol volume, 473 milliliter. Basically trying to do the equation for the American viewers, 24 fluid ounce, maybe, I think, something like that. Ish. But anyway, it's what they would consider a strong beer, 6%.
What's the is it like a pale ale, or is it a IPA?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I should completely go on the description here. So this winter ale is sweet and spicy. I'm already stumbling and I haven't even had a sip yet. So smooth gingerbread taste with notes of cinnamon and cherries, even on the coldest of days. Wow, there's a typo here. Okay. This is sure to warm you up. That makes 0 sense. That's not English. It should be, even on the coldest of days, this one is sure to warm you up. That's what it should say.
That's what it should say, but what does it say? You have to say it word for word.
This one is sure to warm you up.
This one is sure to warm you up.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, with a molasses sweetness and bitter almond finish, this beer is both naughty and nice. So.
Oh, almond flavored. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you had that one before?
No. This is all. Everything you'll see tonight is a first time trying on my side.
Okay.
So I'll get into that in a second or two, explaining my process here. So, what I usually do is we'll just make sure we don't pour it on the computer. That would be bad too. Try to give it a tall pour.
Yeah, you don't need to buy a new computer for the holidays.
Yeah. I used to do this at my old gig. If I can remember. Everybody's now the entire chat's probably mocking my pouring style, but hey, it works for
me.
You
got to tilt the glass.
I did. The glass
was tilted. Straight up. You have so much head there.
I like a lot of head.
Hey.
That's what she said. Anyway. Nothing's off limits. Hey, it's the ultimate guys hangout. It's the Christmas stream on both channels here and that stuff. And maybe we'll get into, some other of the talk and maybe some nuts and bolts and that stuff. But anyway, here we go. This is the Winter Shaker. We're taking a test drink of this. So. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So it has a little bit of a cinnamon hit when you get to it, and then it almost tastes like a Coors right after. Like it's good. Yeah, like a banquet. If anybody's had banquet before, yeah.
So that's from
Not bad
that's from a
whatsoever.
local guy in Edmonton then?
Yeah. That is from Omen Brewing. They have a website, omenbrewing.com. So you can check that out.
Awesome.
Yep. And all of our beer is probably brewed on site in Edmonton. So there we go. So that's what we got happening.
E-Town.
E-Town. Yes. And there is another E-Town beer that we will tackle immediately right after this one. But there we go. So the Christmas party has officially started.
Cheers.
On all of the channels. Yes. Cheers. Absolutely. Cheers
Clink.
to everybody. Cheers to everybody watching. Just before we get any farther, I'd like just to thank everybody on both channels. We had a stellar year for views, a stellar year for content across the board. I had a chance to collaborate with a bunch of people, and whether they make it tonight or not, that's neither here nor there. It's scheduling. It's Christmas time. People can make it if they can. If they couldn't, whatever. Just a huge thank you from my part out to everybody, and even to you, the viewers. Like, thank you. That's all I gotta say. So.
There would be no channel without viewers. So
that's right.
Everything.
We'd be broadcasting into the cyberspace or something with nothing happening. So it's crazy stuff. So awesome. So hey, we got some comments already in the comment thing. American Hot Rod Entertainment, Darren, thanks, man. What's up, bro? Hey, just chilling and just enjoying the holiday. So that's about it. So Drag Racing Central also sent me something here too, but I don't think it opens. Yeah, he sent me a.
He sent popcorn emoji.
Yeah. Oh, is it a popcorn emoji?
Yeah, popcorn emoji.
Oh, okay. See, I just got it as a box. It's like an empty box on my side.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, I see it as a popcorn emoji. So
okay.
I'm guessing, he put some popcorn in his microwave, cooked it up, put some extra butter on there. Maybe it cost a little like flavor boosters, M&Ms or something.
Oh, so it's like the meme. Okay, so it's like the Big E meme where he's ringside and he's eating.
Yeah, he's the popcorn. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. Fair enough. Oh. Man, Shevitz, that's crazy. I love it.
I loved your opening package. It was pretty well done and fun to watch.
You love my package.
Yeah. Beside, among other things.
Yes. There we go. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, though.
Yeah, but it's a good opening package, and we'll have to. I haven't gotten much into drag racing myself, but definitely when Castrol opens up here, we should definitely go out together one day.
That's our first kind of news item we can talk on here is that the local track is not called Castro anymore. It's called Brad Torque. What had to happen is it's kind of like a naming rights deal. Like, remember, sports stadiums go through this all the time where they will change names and that stuff every few years and that stuff. So the local track just had the naming rights changed to it. That's all it is. So
that's same place, different name.
Same place, different name. They're doing the Magic of Lights this holiday season, so shout out to them. It's a huge fundraiser for a bunch of charities. I think Santa's Anonymous here in town is like the big one that gets the majority of the benefit from it, but there's some other stuff, Christmas Bureau, you name it. And it's they take the road course and they let you drive on it and you can cruise through and look at Christmas lights for I think like $15 or $20 a pop or something like that.
Yeah, and it all goes to charity, right? So that's a good thing.
And they pump Christmas music. They have different events happening. There's, sleigh rides usually and live music and you name it, so on and so forth. So if in the Edmonton area, go check it out. And if you're elsewhere, like I know there's a huge one. I'm not sure if they're doing it this year or not, but I know there's a huge one at Las Vegas Motor Speedway where they have a huge Christmas light display and that stuff and a whole bunch of other venues. That's basically how racetracks in the off season will make their money. Is they'll go out there and they'll just set up Christmas lights and people just drive through.
Yeah, easy money.
So yeah, absolutely. If you have the venue for it, go for it. And then those lucky so-and-sos in Florida are still actually racing because it's Florida and it's sunny.
Yeah, unfortunately, up in the north right now, we're in our minus 20 to 30 zone right now.
The only thing we're racing is snowmobiles right now. That's it.
Are racing back inside because you're frozen.
That's it. Our toes are froze. Everything's froze. So
yeah, I took the dog for a walk a couple days ago. For 10 minutes, my ears felt like they're gonna fall off. So I was like, "Let's get home as fast as we can."
Oh, that's brutal. That's crazy. Yeah, it got really cold here just over the past week or so. So trying to do the equation for everybody else, but you can put it into Google anyway. But with wind chill, we were getting what, minus 27, minus 28 type at night. Yeah. So it's cold. It's like stupid cold, but there we go. So yeah,
the equivalent might be minus 30 in Fahrenheit too. So
yeah. Oh, we're gonna add somebody else to the stream. He just popped in, and I apologize if you were hanging on the stream, but the aforementioned American Hot Rod Entertainment is joining us. Mr. Darren Williams Jr. Is he joining us? Or is it just a dark...
It's the black abyss.
It's the darkness.
The darkness.
Okay, so Darren, I'm just going to remove you, and we'll try this again. There we go. He froze. He's probably going to try and re-add here later on.
He's frozen today.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens with technology. I'd love to add him, but the problem is that if I add him, that's it. So okay, so he's disappeared, but he'll pop back in.
All right, cool.
It looked like he was in a car traveling somewhere, so he might have gotten into an area where there's not a lot of internet connection and that stuff and whatever. But
no 5G beams going there.
No, exactly. But he will. I'm sure he'll try again here, and we'll try and snag him for sure. And I apologize if he was waiting for like ever down there, because I just noticed him in the bottom corner, and I was like, "Where is he?" Oh, there he is.
Where's your producer, Kellen?
I'm producing myself tonight, damn it. And that's a bit of a problem. I produce everything, and I should actually look at getting, allocating some of this one of these days to somebody, and moving, and it would make things a lot easier. But whatever. So, but anyways, so what is this? We were just going along. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So Christmas time, Christmas season, and it is the time for giving, the time for sharing, the time for reflection of the year, or on the year, of different things, different items, different newsworthy stuff. Man, 2021 kind of felt like a rebound year, a little bit. Like it felt like it was our rebound year for different just activities and getting back out there and so on and so forth. Like so many different things got back going in, like especially with these two channels, with Drag Files, of course, with like the NHRA season and everything, that they finally were able to have a full season, not interrupted by COVID or anything, and actually have fans back in the stands at basically at every venue, which was great. Pro wrestling wise, we saw the return of crowds at SmackDown and at AEW, and you name it. I want to say about the middle of the year, about July-ish or so. And it just feels like everything up until this point was starting to get back up and running. Who knows with Omicron, but the kiss of death, right? So
yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, but hey, we're getting through. We'll get through it. The good thing about the Omicron is, hey, yeah, it's more contagious, but B, it's not as severe as the previous.
It seems that way. Yeah, the stuff that I've been reading and that stuff is that it's not as severe. It's still something you want to try and get a handle on, but we'll see what happens. But Drag Racing Central, hello, hey, Drag Racing Central, how you doing? Merry Christmas, sir. How are you? So there we go.
Hope you're rocking there.
Yeah, exactly. Hope everything's going well. So. If you could have one thing for Christmas, Morehouse, what would it be?
All the money.
All of the money? Not
just
seriously.
Seriously, I'm a person who believes everyone deserves happiness, and so I'm kind of unselfish that way. I just want people to be happy and be healthy, and be able to do what they want and succeed in life. So I'm not a person who needs anything. If I need something, I'll go get it myself. But yeah, I just want everyone to have peace and happiness and joy, and food, a belly full of food, and happy health. And yeah,
that's fair enough. That's awesome. I want bags of money. I'm like Danhausen. I want bags of money from the sky. just down. Yeah, no, peace and happiness, wealth, good being. I'm traveling out of town for Christmas for the first time in a while. I was going to spend some time with some family and that stuff, and that's why we're doing this here this weekend, because of course next weekend is the big weekend for everything going down and that stuff. So you can't really, this would not be possible, a week from today. So, and then a weekend after that, that's New Year's. So that's prime, party time, right? So
party. Yeah, I think we're both heading off west in the next week. So
yeah, heading west, heading to British Columbia. So
yeah,
different parts of British Columbia, but
yeah, you're going off to the Okanagan, and I'm heading off to
Valley,
the Pacific. So
it's a very nice spot. If for all of our non-Canadian viewers and that stuff, for people who might be watching this on the replay or whatever, the Okanagan Valley is a very nice, very amazing part of Canada. And during the summer, and it's fairly temperate during the winter as well. So it's not bad. There's a lot of skiing and cross country skiing and stuff like that. Snowmobiling's huge up here this time of year, obviously, that as well. So, and there's mountains and a bunch of just a lot of outdoor fun, a lot of outdoor stuff. And, racing wise during the summer down there, there used to be a oval track in Vernon, but that's kind of the bone of contention right now, because there's a subdivision being built, and it's a classic racetrack versus subdivision clash. Why do people build houses near racetracks? I don't know, but they do. Ergo, there's a clash over noise. So there's that. And then Kelowna has which is the largest center in the Okanagan, I think, has a 8th mile track. I want to say like a 8th mile drag strip. It's on the side of a mountain somewhere. So I've been by there. I have never been in the facility or stepped foot into the facility before, but there we go.
No, it's a good time. They usually get pretty good weather there, and last time I was there, I had a lot of wine.
Yes, there's lots of wineries. There's lots of various other things for sure there to do. It's a fun place for sure. So looking forward to heading down there and checking things out. Not saying that Edmonton isn't fun, but it's always great to just go down there and check it out. If anybody's just jumping in, hey, welcome to the Christmas Extravaganza live stream. I've got with me off the top here over on the other side. Remember, camera right, camera left. It is Morehouse, that house in Canada, over on Twitter. One of my great contributors and great friends over from the Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited channel. And we were trying to hook up with Darren from American Hot Rod Entertainment. I think he was going to try and pop in for a quick second, but his cell connection, I think, died out. So we'll try that a little bit later on. He's more than willing and more than, if he can, to try us again once the connection stabilizes or wherever he gets to where he's going. I don't want to be responsible for an accident or anything. So,
yeah, that's the last thing you need in your life.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so for myself, I'm heading off to Chilliwack. So I'm going really close to where all the floods were happening down in BC about a month ago.
Okay.
So where I'm going is about 8 kilometers from the major flood point. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. So, and that was the Sumas, what is it? The Sumas Prairie that flooded, right? Sumas Lake. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So back in the 1920s, they drained a lake to build farmland.
Okay.
So they have pumps actively pumping out the water of the lake so they can just continue farming. Unfortunately, they had so much rain that the pumps couldn't keep up, and then the lake came back.
Wow. Yeah, that's unreal. That's the amount of water. If anybody's not seen any pictures of it and that stuff, give a look into Google. It is just incredible across the wall, the entire thing. So
yeah, so I'm sure I'll see it in person when I'm down there. Get a good visual of it. But yeah, I haven't been down to see that area since COVID started, so it'd be nice to see the family there. Yeah,
exactly, for sure. No, it's good to finally get out there and get out and see family over the Christmas holiday and you name it. So it's good. It is good. I probably said good like a billion times, but hey, it's the time of year, and around here, like tomorrow night, I'm gonna get a chance to duck out, and if anybody gets a chance to follow me over on Instagram, same deal at Kellen Nitro on Instagram. You could take a look at that. We do as a family kind of a tradition where we go take a look at. Well, every city seems to have like a candy cane lane or a holiday lane or something like that you can go and take a look at the lights and stuff like that. So that's going to be my night tomorrow night to go hang out with mom and dad and just, the family here in town, that stuff, and go take a look at that stuff. Shouldn't really advertise this or whatever, but another thing that we like to do too is kind of just cruise around and check out the rich people's section of town.
So you go into the valley there then?
Yeah. So the River Valley here in Edmonton is where all the affluent houses are, the rich houses, affluent houses, and that stuff and whatever. So we just cruise around and just kind of see if we can, find like where famous hockey players live or something. So
lawyers and hockey players, businessmen and women, and that doctors,
stuff. So, doctors, you name it. So
yeah, my wife and I did that last year. We went to like the by Riverbend there. They have the rich area, so we went to there, and there's a whole section that was completely like combined lights and everything. It was really amazing.
Glenora, I think, is the name. The actual name of the the neighborhood is Glenora. So it's a lot of fun,
See, I live outside Edmonton, so I'm in the farm area.
Oh, okay.
So all I have is a bit of rednecks and stuff. So,
but you guys, I saw this advertised on Facebook. You guys out there have like a Christmas light.
Yeah, there's a house in Stony Plain. They do a National Lampoon's tribute every year. So
cool.
They do the whole house like the vacation home from National Lampoon's, even where they have Uncle Eddie's RV outside, and then
nice,
and a fake silhouette of him dumping all his sewage into the sewer.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. So feel free to comment up. I'll throw this out to the comments section right now for the people who are watching on the live stream. You name it tonight. What wish would you have for 2022? Just straight across the line. It could be racing, drag racing related. It could be racing related. It could be pro wrestling related. It could be, you name it, just life in general. 2022, what's your big wish? What are you asking Santa for in a week or so? You throw it into the comment section, and we'll read your wishes out. And I'm not sure if we'll be able to get it to them because we are not affiliated with the Klaus organization or any subsidiary of such organization, obviously. But we do what we can. So that's it. That's all. So it's going to be a lot of fun for sure. And man, I'm just happy just to be here with everybody tonight. It's a great night to just chill out and do the live stream. And my haphazard holiday decorations right behind me here and that stuff, but
you put a lot of effort in that. I mean, I'm impressed.
So
you must have spent all day on that.
Shout out to the Wrestling Soapbox over on Twitter. Just wanted to pop in on Twitter and say hey. So Wrestling Soapbox, Merry Christmas. How you doing? So, yes, sir. Absolutely. So I turned the lights on now so we get the full.
So before we went live, we wanted to talk about maybe your top couple Christmas movies or Christmas cartoons.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I don't know. First of all, it's the age-old thing that's going across the internet and that stuff, and so I'll go ahead and say it. I didn't think Die Hard was a Christmas movie, but I have since been convinced otherwise. Now I think Die Hard is a Christmas movie, but it's not one of my favorites, obviously. But I will go with Die Hard being a Christmas movie versus not being a Christmas movie.
But is it your number one? Like
it is not. It's not even on my favorites list. But I'm just saying, hey, don't come after me for the Die Hard not being in a Christmas movie or a Christmas movie type thing.
So do you believe that if the movie takes place around the holidays, it's considered a Christmas movie? Because technically, then you can say like the first Addams Family movie is a Christmas movie. Or Harry Potter is a Christmas movie because they have Christmas in it.
That's a good point. Yeah. I don't know, but like
or Batman Returns, is that a Christmas movie?
See, I think that one could be. See, Batman Returns could qualify as that because that's all that all is kind of all that stuff is the lead up to Christmas, and then once Christmas occurs, that's when the rising action of the movie hits, right?
Yeah,
that's when Catwoman attacks or saves Batman from the Penguin and that stuff. It's Christmas Eve, right, when the Penguins march on Gotham, right? So, yeah. So yeah, I would consider it a Christmas movie.
But then like the Adam Sandler Harry Potter.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, do we get to the point like, oh, if there's a Christmas scene, it's a Christmas movie?
Yeah. I would
Is
say
Forrest Gump a Christmas movie?
Yeah, there are some Christmas scenes in Forrest Gump. Yes, sir. Absolutely. So that's a great point. So you're asking for, I'm completely going to dodge that question because there is no way on this stream that we will be able to.
Why don't I start with my favorite Christmas?
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
And then you can build up your list while I talk.
Sure.
So my favorite Christmas movie, like pure movie, is Christmas Vacation. It's a classic. It's hilarious. I could watch it over and over again. Great comedy. For cartoon, it might be Garfield and Friends Christmas.
Okay.
Where they go to the country and they celebrate with Garfield and Odie. It's an old 80s cartoon, but I'm an 80s kid, so
nice.
Rugrats Christmas, I remember a lot too as a kid.
Okay, yep.
Other Christmas movies, Santa Claus, always a classic. The Grinch and the Peanuts Christmas, so I love those two. Yeah, but other than that, I haven't any of the new stuff, like new movies, or even like all the Hallmark Channel stuff. I'm not really into. So
yeah, the Hallmark Channel stuff is kind of a it's a bit of a what would you call it? It's a bit of a trope, especially this time of year, and it just is. It's very. There's not a lot of substance to it. It just is kind of like, oh, Santa Claus is your boyfriend. Like
Home Alone. Home Alone's my favorite.
Yeah. So Home Alone's top 5 for me. I will. Let's see here. I'm trying to do the same thing and add an overlay at the same time, because I found the poster for a movie that is fairly recent that I am a huge fan of. I'm just trying to find where I put it here on the computer. So 1 second. But you know what? I can't find the overlay for it. So I downloaded the overlay and it's gone. It's not here. So it's gone into the ether, the internet abyss, if you will. So that's it. But I'll go ahead and just throw it out there. It's a 2016 film called Office Christmas Party.
Oh, I've seen that, yeah.
Yes, and that is in my top 2 or 3. Just it basically is.
That's with Seth Rogen and Craig Robinson.
Yes, and Olivia Munn is in it.
Yeah,
and then basically like Kate McKinnon and the rest of the B Squad from Saturday Night Live, if you will, like the rest of the cast, and Jennifer Aniston's in it too, and she plays like the Queen Boss. Lack of a better term, the Queen Boss bitch of everything, and it's hilarious. It's a great movie. 5 stars. Definitely check it out. Don't get it confused with the Office Christmas Special, which of course,
but those are good too. Those are good too.
Yeah, those are great television episodes, right? But the movie you're looking for is Office Christmas Party, and it's really funny. My circle of friends have always enjoyed the Bad Santa. Bad Santa 1 and Bad Santa 2. Yeah, those are always good.
I like Bad Santa. I've never seen Elf, so that's one I've never seen. I don't know anything about.
It's okay. Yeah. I've Will Ferrell's classic Will Ferrell in this, but
I sometimes get too Will Ferrelled out, so I'm like, I don't need any Will Ferrell today. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. So, oh man, that's crazy stuff. But for the top 3 for myself, I'm gonna go ahead, and the ones that give me the warm fuzzies that I have to watch every Christmas is Home Alone 1. That's a classic. Yeah, absolutely. John Hughes.
Yeah.
Front to back. That's it. I was so happy when they re-released it for like the upteenth time on Blu-ray and DVD, but it's like the director's cut. So there's a little bit of bonus.
Is there more scenes then and stuff?
Yeah. So they took I think the original runtime for it's like 110 minutes. I think it's closer to 2 hours now and that stuff.
I gotta check that out.
And there's more of an exchange between Catherine O'Hara and John Candy in the airport.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
because he's part of the Polka Association.
The Polka King of the Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yamaguchi Polka, aka Kiss Me Polka, the Polka Twist.
Yeah. John Candy's a legend, man.
Yeah. So that one's good. And it's in my top 2 or 3. Yeah, Office Christmas Party definitely is up in there too. And just classic wise, ones that I have to watch. I'm a bad movie fiend. I love bad B movies. And in the mid 1950s, there was a Mexican film called Santa Claus. And it is such cheese and such terrible film that MST3K did a awesome Mystery Science Theater 3000 for the uninitiated. They did a awesome Christmas episode of it years ago. So this one kind of falls in both movie and TV, because if I can find a movie and just laugh at how bad it is versus, taking the television episode of MST3K and watching it as well.
Yeah.
and just kind of riffing along at the whole deal. So
I heard about that movie the first time from WrestleCrap from R.D. Reynolds and Blade Braxton. That's the first time I heard the reference to that movie.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that was good. When did they reference that? That was maybe a good decade or
05 or 06. Yeah.
05. Yeah. Decade and a half ago or something. So yeah, that's up there. So I definitely make a point every Christmas to watch that. I definitely make a point every Christmas to check out, the usual fare as well. Like I'll watch the Jim Carrey Grinch again because that's a great movie. And man, Taylor Momsen, what a transformation, eh? From this sweet little child actress to like probably the
hard rock band,
to like one of this most hardcore metalhead rock singers out there right now in popular music and that stuff. Her career is fascinating. If anybody gets a chance to check it out, like she is, that's quite the multifaceted career. So
I like her music. I haven't heard too much, but some of her stuff made mainstream. So I've heard it there.
So there we go. So we have, if you hear in the background,
I hear things in the background.
Things in the background. It's Christmas time. Stuff's going nutty. So there we go.
Let me guess, you guys are losing. That's probably what's happening.
Oh, maybe that is. Yeah. I don't have the game on or anything, obviously, because it's computer. It's a Christmas stream. That's what we're doing. So
yeah, we don't have time for Oilers.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? I wasn't going to play this, but I'll play this anyway. As part of the rundown for tonight's live stream, I went back into the archive and dug up some of my favorite Christmas-themed videos that we've done here on the channel, on either channel, on Drag Files and on the Wrestling Unlimited channel. This video really doesn't fall into either, but it's on the Wrestling Unlimited channel because it is a pay-per-view. I had a chance to review this, and I got this as a Christmas gift, I want to say about a decade and a half ago or so. And it's a DVD copy of something that was on pay-per-view and just was completely just a wild, mind-boggling idea. So I'll show you guys the video right now. It's about, I'm going to say about 4 or 5 minutes long. So sit back and drink your nog or whatever, or drink your booze, win or lose, still booze, and enjoy. And we'll be back right after this. You are watching the Christmas Extravaganza, I almost said Christmas Extravaganza vlog. No, the Christmas Extravaganza live stream on Nitromaniac TV's Drag Files and Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited. It's a little change from the usual fare we do, but we'll see you guys right after this one. Enjoy the review of Black and Blue, the Hockey Enforcers 2005 pay-per-view show card fight thing. So a few years back, I got a cool little DVD from Santa for Christmas about 6 or 7 years ago.
It's called Hockey Enforcers, Black and Blue. Now, one look at it and you think, oh, it's a profile on different NHL tough guys, maybe how they prepare for games and stuff. Nope, not it. Some of the best fights maybe in the NHL that's ever happened? Nope, still not it. Ladies and gentlemen, would you believe that it's a round-robin MMA crossed with hockey fighting tournament?
The year was 2005, and the NHL was locked out during the fall of that season with another collective bargaining squabble. And as always, during these situations, people get, well, a little crazy north of the border. Promoter Daryl Wolski came up with the brainchild for Hockey Enforcers. The event consisted of ice hockey enforcers fighting on the ice in full hockey gear, as sometimes seen in regular games. Like in the National Hockey League, no fighting on the ground was allowed, and the referees separated the fighters if the fight turned too one-sided. If a fight did not end in the referee's stoppage, it was judged by a panel of hockey experts.
Only one problem. It took 3 tries to get this event off the ground. The first attempt was to have it at the brand new at the time MTS Center in Winnipeg. However, Winnipeg didn't want it. Their city council said nuts to that, and so they were left without a home. So they went to Philly, because fans in Philly love fighting. The Boxing and Wrestling Commission wouldn't endorse the event. So, where do they go to host this thing?
It's been a long time coming, almost 2 years of planning, but finally, Hockey Enforcers has found a home, the multiplex in Prince George, British Columbia.
Prince George, BC? Really? It's a living, I guess.
However, the event was somewhat successful. The CN Center was about a third full, with 2,000 spectators, but the pay-per-view sales have been reported to be encouraging, although they were never made public. The most famous participant was a former NHL player, Link Gates, but he had to withdraw after experiencing concussion-like symptoms after his first fight.
Reed gets in there tight. And Reed with a big right hand! Down goes Link. Boy, Steve Reed giving up a lot of height.
The winner was Dean Mayrand from Windsor, Ontario. Mayrand defeated Mike Scroy in the final round, receiving an award of $62,000. At that time, that prize amount equaled 1 year's salary for a minor pro player in the United States.
However, that would be the end of the line for the Hockey Enforcers. The NHL reached a new collective bargaining agreement, and Hockey Enforcers was history.
The DVD itself is a condensed 2-hour home video cut by Proactive Sports Management and BSC, and it isn't very bad at all. The commentary is actually very good and the event is actually very watchable. The fights themselves are, well, awkward, as most hockey fights are, and the scoring system is better suited to MMA than it is for this particular competition. But the action is fast-paced. I remember actually watching the heck out of this thing on Christmas Day that year. I loved it.
The standard 8 out of 10 for this one. But the cool part is, you can still pick it up online. Many places have it for sale for about $20 or so, even less. So go pick it up while it's still available. It's an excellent add-on to any hockey fan's collection. A very unique event for sure.
And we're back. Hey, everybody, it's Kellen Nitro. And joining me on the other screen, of course, is Mr. Morehouse from Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited. Welcome back to the Christmas Extravaganza, or simulcast on both Nitromaniac TV's Drag Files and on Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited channel, where we're just chilling out and enjoying the holiday a little bit. And, a little change from the usual fare on both channels. If you dig this type of collaborative stuff or whatever, feel free to let us know in the comments section. But yeah, we just watched, it's an older review. I actually just kind of, I don't want to say dug it up again, but I kind of did from the depths of the Wrestling Unlimited channel. It's up there, but of a ill-fated pay-per-view idea that I got the DVD of, I guess, years ago. So, Morehouse, what did you think of Hockey Enforcers Black and Blue?
I'm secretly one of the biggest Link Gates fans, so I am very intrigued by it. I always found him fascinating because he had the most career penalty minutes per on ice time in the NHL
Oh,
of
wow.
all time. Yeah, so every minute he was on the ice, he was in the penalty box for probably double that.
Oh, wow. Okay. The walking liability at that point.
I think he only played ever half a season in the NHL, and I think he had like 300 penalty minutes in like 40 games.
Former San Jose Shark.
Former Shark, former Minnesota North Star, and former Edmonton. Well, he was almost an Edmonton Oiler. He was part of the farm system.
Yeah. I don't think he ever played a big league game here. I got to take a look.
No, he did. He was stuck in Hamilton at the time.
There we go. Yeah.
But yeah, Link Gates is a legend when it comes to enforcers. Because he just had a loose cannon. I read one story where he got a fighting major and a misconduct, went into the box. As soon as he came up, he just rammed right back into the same guy and started beating him again. Originally, he was supposed to be Mike Modano's protector. Instead, he was just a liability.
Yeah, it was going to be Mike Modano's Dave Semenko, basically, in Minnesota. Yeah,
except he was just too crazy.
Yeah, you couldn't control him, couldn't do anything. So there you go. So,
but yeah, that DVD looks a lot more interesting. When I was maybe 12, I got a DVD from my stocking stuffer, Alex Kovalev's Hockey Tips, and it was as boring as Alex Kovalev's personality.
He is not the type of guy that you would figure having a Hockey Tips DVD of any sort. I would think so. Yeah, exactly. It changed a little.
Good stuff there. Good stuff.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. It's a few years old, as you can tell. I'm kind of a little bit more chubbier and a little bit more well formed than back then. But it was a lot of fun to do back in the day, and I still dig it out from time to time. And like I said, it's up on the Wrestling Unlimited channel. Or if you guys ever want to rewatch this stream, it'll forever be on the stream. So there we go. So that's that. So definitely share that around and that stuff. And there's the comment section on the upload too is fun because there's a lot of people that are like, I remember that, I remember watching that, or I know the guy or whatever that did it. Needless to say, that was the one and only event that we ever heard of from one Daryl Wolski, the guy that was running the Hockey Enforcer series. There was, like I said in the video, there was plans to do a tour and everything and whatever, but the return to play of 05-06 basically I guess axed that idea. So
was that filmed during the lockout then?
That was during the hockey lockout, yes, of 2005-2006. All right, he's here. We got it. Joining us now live from a secret from the American Hot Rod Entertainment man cave. It's Darren Williams Jr. Darren, my friend, Merry Christmas. How are you?
Merry Christmas, man. What's up? Thanks for having me on tonight.
We just chilling. We're not really hitting on anything tonight. We're just having some booze and chilling out. So
I was in a Starbucks parking lot when I first tried to hop on, and connection was bad. So I was with my lady. So now I'm home, and now like I said, now I'm in the American Hot Rod Entertainment Studios.
I love it. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
What you guys talking about tonight?
I call it the man cave and that stuff, but it's the studios for sure. You know what? Nothing really in particular. We're just whatever floats to mind. We were talking about our favorite, Christmas movies, the ones that we like to watch from year to year and that stuff. And I just played a old review of mine from the Wrestling Unlimited channel that was related to a Christmas gift and that stuff. So yeah.
Favorite Christmas movie? Man.
Yes, favorite Christmas movie.
They put me on the spot right there. I'm not. It's Home Alone. Does Home Alone? Is that considered a Christmas movie? Okay,
yes,
I'll go Home Alone. Yes.
Yeah,
probably Home Alone.
Yeah, and we've also like I'm on the side now where Die Hard. I used to think that Die Hard wasn't a Christmas movie, but now I'm on the side where Die Hard is a Christmas movie. So so we got that going.
Let me try to think of some more. Let me see. That's a good question.
There's a lot. We had come up with a couple that were like that. Like there's scenes in the first Harry Potter. Is it the first Harry Potter movie that are around?
Harry Potter had some Christmas stuff, but when it comes to Christmas movies, I had Christmas Vacation being high up, Santa Claus being high up.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown Christmas, always a classic, and The Grinch.
Yeah.
And then you had You had Office Christmas Party with
Yes.
Seth Rogen there.
Yeah, Office Christmas Party, which is a more modern, comedic film, but it's good. So
I'm on Google right now. I'm trying to see if I'm missing anything.
sure, yeah,
Let's see.
no, that's fair.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Okay,
The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. I love that
yes,
movie.
yes,
Yes, that's one of my favorite.
Jim
I forgot all
Carrey, Taylor Momsen. We were talking about one thing that we hit on was Taylor Momsen's career arc since The Grinch. It's mind boggling because now she's like lead singer for the Pretty Reckless and is like
She's a rocker now.
multi-million-dollar rock star, right? So.
And then not even just movies. Have you guys ever seen that Johnny Bravo episode, the Christmas episode of Johnny Bravo?
Ooh.
I probably have.
Like years ago, yeah.
Yeah, I used to love that episode as a kid. Yeah, they played it at Christmas time, so I remember that. So
that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I brought up Garfield and Friends Christmas and Rugrats Christmas.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Let's think what else. Man, animated Christmas specials that are like every series does one, but you usually catch it in like May or July or August when it's in repeat, right? And you're not in the mood to watch a Christmas special at that point.
Oh, the Simpsons Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, all of the Simpsons Christmas specials throughout the years and that stuff. Futurama as well.
Well, that one's funny because Santa Claus is a villain who actually destroys society.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. For sure. So
you know what I hated though? Just real quick. When we talk about like Christmas episodes, so say like you have a show and like they're taking you through a storyline and then they break off for like a Christmas episode, and I always hated it because the Christmas episode always felt like filler.
Yes.
And it wasn't really a part of the story. I always hated that.
Yeah, it was a side quest or something, or side episode.
I always hated that.
The shows that are really bad for that are like the classic comedies from like the 70s and 80s, from like the late 70s and early 80s. They had like their own Christmas universe almost that all the characters got sucked into or something like that, right? Like, like WKRP in Cincinnati, the Christmas episodes for that series, just terrible compared to the rest of the series. They're bad.
Happy Days where Fonz was eaten alone on Christmas and they went into a Christmas dinner.
Yeah, you don't want to see the Fonz eat alone on Christmas. You want to see the Fonz out there just doing badass stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like jumping the shark or whatever. Fresh Prince had to have some good Christmas stuff in the day. Yeah, they did. They had some okay episodes around Christmas.
The Office Christmas episodes are pretty good.
Yes. Yeah. Those are classics. Yeah. One of the more recent ones that I enjoyed watching, and some people in the chat might light up with this too, is Top Gear, the car series from the UK, with the classic lineup with James May, Jeremy Clarkson, and Richard Hammond. They used to do a Christmas film almost, or an extended feature each and every year, and they did like the wildest stuff. Like, one year they retraced the steps of the three wise men to Bethlehem, but under like 2010, what it is in the Middle East. So they're going through war zones and stuff like that in these free cars, right? Just driving across and trying to, not get shot basically to get to Bethlehem and the brand new baby Stig that was born, that day. So that was great.
That was fun. I remember the other one where they had to rescue one of the guys in Canada. He was stuck up in the mountains in a dead truck.
Yeah, that's right. They did the mountain rescue. That was good.
Except they took their time.
Yes. Yeah. And then they also did, I'm not sure if it was a Christmas special or not. I want to say it was, but the North Pole Challenge where they went to, where they found the North Pole where it exists in the Arctic Ocean, and they drove up there in
F-150s, I think.
Yeah, like Toyotas, I think, or something like that. I think they were Toyota trucks that were hopped up, and they just drove up there. So these things were like in the Arctic Circle, and they were just bouncing all around and that stuff and everything. And my favorite bit was there are laws obviously against drinking and driving, and there are laws against drinking and sailing, but there's no laws against drinking and driving a truck on a frozen ocean. So these guys are making cocktails and that stuff and flat out just driving across this frozen expanse, right?
Yeah.
So that's good. That's great stuff. So it's awesome.
I've never seen Top Gear. I'm sorry. Never
Check
seen
it out. Check it
Never
out.
seen it.
Check it out. I'll float you a couple.
Check out classic Top Gear.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's offsets of it. There's Top Gear America, which isn't very good.
They just recasted that too.
Yeah. Matt LeBlanc was part of Top Gear America from.
No, he's Top Gear UK.
Oh, was he Top Gear UK? Okay, yeah. So there we go.
No, it's what's that guy's? Devin. I can't remember his name, but there's an American guy who just was recast. Yeah. He has his own podcast and stuff. So.
Oh, Adam Carolla. Was it Adam Carolla?
Yeah.
Adam Carolla. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So So there we go. Yeah, that was good. So that's it's a good series, but like I said, I'll send you a list of episodes to check out. There's a couple of specials there to check out to really check it out and see. But
for me, to introduce any person to Top Gear, it's always the first trip to the US when they have to rent.
Yes,
they have to buy cars that are under 1K and drive it from Florida all the way to Alabama.
Yeah, and hilarity ensues, and they almost get killed. So
because they're allowed to put nasty messages on each other's cars, so they put like I love fags on one car, or Hillary Clinton for president on another car, and then drive through Alabama.
That's literally what they put on the cars. Like it's the heaviest stuff. Yeah. Apologies, of course, there and that stuff too. Oh, and we lost Darren there. But apologies to anybody who that was recorded way back in the day.
It was
2008, 2009, different times. So
different times.
That's literally
can't say that today.
Yeah. So I think we lost Darren, but Darren will be back for sure. So okay, we're popping in another beer here, guys. So
which one do you got?
Okay, so now? This is the Bent Stick Brown Christmas Spiced Brown Belgian Winter Ale. So again, this is another local brew made by a group here in my hometown in Edmonton. So there is a special thing here. Oh, we got Darren back. We'll get him back in.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay, Dave. It's fine.
I'm knocked off for some reason. I don't know why. It does that randomly sometimes.
That's fine. Yeah. Don't worry. Just jump back in when you do that. So, and it's it's a Christmas thing. We do what we do. So, I'm trying to explain what I got lined up here next. So this is a micro brew from Bent Stick Brewery, and it is the Bent Stick Brown Christmas Spiced Brown Belgian Winter Ale. And it's another kind of stronger end beer. Like our beers up here, our stronger beers are like 6-7%. So this is like a 7% beer. It's got a little thing on the back here. I'll just read it. And it says, "Happy holidays, you filthy animals. Brown Christmas is an expression used to describe a holiday season without any snow," which we've had, in the past up here. Being as we are in Alberta, you are actually probably waist deep in the stuff by now, but this spiced Belgian brown will hopefully help you power through. The warming 7% ABV, blah, blah, blah. This is all technical stuff here, so I'll skip that. We are looking forward to spending time with your tongue under the mistletoe is the last line.
Okay.
So it's fairly heavy, so... Or not fairly heavy, but it's I'm not sure. I've never tried it, but
I like my darker ale, so I'd probably dig that one.
So anyways, but so Darren, what's Christmas like down in California for you? What are you guys up to? There's a lot of heavy.
So obviously, we don't get snow down here, and so yesterday, me and my girlfriend went to go look at Christmas lights. There's a street in El Segundo. I don't know if you ever heard of El Segundo, California.
Yes. Yeah.
They do it in different cities, but the one that's closest to me is called Candy Cane Lane. It's in El Segundo.
Oh yeah, we got one up here. So
okay, yeah. So we went to Candy Cane Lane and looked at some houses, and it was like I would say about low 50s, outside that night, and I was freezing. And I'm sure that doesn't compare it to anything that you experienced. So
yeah.
So what we think is cold out here in California is nothing to compare what I think is cold for you guys, but. No, it was fun. Like we went and go look at some lights, and I mean they do it big in Candy Cane Lane. Like they do it big, and it was really cool. But there's this place in Long Beach. Mm-hmm. It's like they kind of it's kind of like the canals. In Italy how they have the canals.
Oh, like
in
the
Italy.
Venice Canal and that
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah. So like they have one in Venice, but they have one in Long Beach also, and they do a big out there too. So me and my girlfriend are hoping to get out there maybe sometime this weekend, check out the Christmas lights there. But I noticed the older you get, the more it doesn't feel like Christmas anymore.
Yes.
That's what I noticed. So,
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
when you're younger, you're excited because you're getting all the gifts. But as you get older, now you got to start buying everybody else gifts. So
That's
it
right.
becomes really expensive. But I love Christmas though. Love Christmas though.
Christmas is great. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I hear you 100%. Yeah, it's crazy up here. We just got into our cold snap, so we're talking temperatures.
We were talking temperatures. So right now it's -9 Fahrenheit.
-9.
Yeah. Yep.
Let me see where it is here in California. I'm on my phone right here. So right now,
this will be fun.
So you guys know where the new stadium is in Inglewood, SoFi Stadium.
Yeah, SoFi, right?
Stadium. I'm right around the corner from there. It is 54 degrees. So a lot.
Yeah, I'll trade you. I'll trade you.
Yeah. You want to swap?
and that's cold to me. 54 is cold to me. I mean,
Morehouse and I will go to a Chargers game. We'll do the post game. You know?
Yeah, go Chargers.
Yeah.
-9. Wow.
Yeah. It is. And it gets colder at night because we have a phenomena up here called wind chill. So when the wind blows, it makes things colder. So
so on Thursday with the wind chill, we were at about -23 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I could do that. I went to New York. I went to New York in December a few years ago, and that was like bone chilling cold. Like it was just like I had on jackets, leather coats, gloves, and it's the wind just still and the cold just still came through, and like it's like bone chilling cold. Like I went to Big Bear one time when I was a kid, and I literally started crying because of how cold my hands got because it was so bad. Like it's terrible. And ever since and then also like us black people, we don't do good in the cold. We don't like cold. We don't like cold. So we don't like cold weather.
I totally get it because when I was in Anaheim for a couple weeks, the daytime you're like, oh, it's hot. I'm feeling hot. I'm sweating, and then when night hits, you're like, oh my god, it's freezing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it's quite a change in that stuff. We get a lot of we have our own. Well, we have our own football league up here, the Canadian Football League. So, of course, we get a lot of athletes from the States up here that will sign 1 or 2 year deals or whatever. And they'll make basically the equivalency of what a little bit less than practice roster money would be in the NFL up here. But they get a chance to play every week because they're starting lineup, every week, playing what we call free down football because there's the difference with the downs and the play clock and that stuff up here. Like we only have free compared to, the NFL's 4 and 20-second play clock versus a 40-second play clock, so on and so forth. Right. But with the just American athletes in general, when they come up here, they can't fathom how cold it gets until they get into when we have our playoffs for the Grey Cup, which is the big trophy that is handed out to the Canadian Football League champ. Our equivalent of the Super Bowl, basically. They get into the playoffs are in November, and November is when the weather across Canada turns, and that's when you start getting the -2 Fahrenheit, -5 Fahrenheit at game time with snow blowing and you name it, and people are playing football in that. So they're trying to catch passes and running routes and stuff like that, and it's just that's when it gets fun.
Hey, that's why Kawhi Leonard left, even though it's not football, it's basketball. That's why Kawhi Leonard's like, I'm going back to LA.
Basically. Yeah. Kawhi's like, I've had enough.
There might have been a reason why we went. We had a soccer game here last month with Mexico, and we had a blizzard during it. And that's probably why we won, is because the Mexicans are like, what the heck are we playing in? It's like minus 10 Fahrenheit.
Yeah. -10 Fahrenheit. Just cold.
The Canadians are like, oh, this is like summer for us.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you guys.
Sure.
So I don't watch any hockey and stuff like that, but I know hockey is big in Canada. How many like professional hockey teams are in the NHL? Like how many teams is it?
31.
32.
Yeah, 31.
32.
Oh, 32. Yes, that's right. 32
Yeah.
now. Across
But
North
there's
America,
only
32.
7 in Canada.
No, but I'm saying how many are from Canada that's in the NHL? It's
7.
seven.
7.
Yeah.
Okay.
7.
Can you name them all like real quick? Like
I can. Yeah, I got. So we'll go west to east. We'll go Vancouver with the Canucks. Calgary's got the Flames. Us up here in Edmonton, we got the Edmonton Oilers. And then you go over to Winnipeg. They've got the Jets. They used to be the Atlanta Thrashers back in the day.
He just didn't work out in Atlanta for some reason. Who
exactly. So the Atlanta Thrashers, Winnipeg Jets. It used to be the Atlanta Thrashers. And then when you go to Ontario, you've got the Ottawa Senators and the Toronto Maple Leafs, which is the most grammatically incorrect name you can imagine, because they spell it Maple, so Maple, Leafs, Leafs, instead of Leaves, which is the correct grammatical thing.
Which would be
Leaves. Yes.
Yeah.
But this team was like founded,
like the 1910s.
Yeah, before the First World War.
Yeah.
And they called them the Maple Leafs, right? So they just threw them in there, right? So that's Ontario. Then you get into Quebec, and the oldest hockey team in existence in North America is the Montreal Canadiens.
And they're from the 1890s.
Yeah. And so they're kind of their equivalency is the New York Yankees with the amount of championships won and that stuff.
Yeah.
So the Canadiens are the Yankees of hockey. The Leafs would be like the Boston
Red Sox. Yeah.
If we're using baseball as an analogy there and that stuff. The rest of the teams are fairly new because they were started in like the 70s and the 80s. And of course, Winnipeg just got their team back from Atlanta in like 2012 or 2013 or something like that. Right?
Exactly. So, the way it worked was for the NHL, there was only 6 teams until 1971, from like 1930 to 1971.
Yeah.
Okay. So when COVID hit and like people from Canada weren't able to come to America, how did they play that out again? I forgot. I remember you told me, but I forget how they did it. So
they rejigged the league into 4 different divisions again, but those teams just played in their own divisions, and it was geographically based. So they just put all 7 Canadian teams into one division because we could still travel from province to province, no problem, which is like traveling state to state. So, we just put those 7 teams into a division, and we just played a 48-game season with the same 7 teams in the division. So you had 9 games against Toronto all the time, but you also had like 9 games against Calgary, 9 games against Vancouver, 9 games against Ottawa, so on and so forth, right? And then they just took the top 4 from each division for the playoffs.
And then they eliminated each other until there was one, and then that team got to go to the States.
Yep, exactly. So
also one team got to go to the States. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And what's happened to be Montreal?
That was Montreal, and they played Tampa for the Cup, and Tampa beat them in 5. So because it's all best of 7 when you get in the Stanley Cup or Stanley Cup playoffs.
Well, they first went to Vegas, then they went to Tampa.
Yeah.
So I remember, I think it was 2010. I'm like I said, I don't really watch hockey, but I was watching SportsCenter one time, and it was the Chicago Blackhawks, and one of my favorite calls is when he goes, "And the Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup. The Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup." And I thought that was so cool. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly how he said it, but I just thought that was so cool watching on SportsCenter. I was like, man, that was cool. That
was their first Stanley Cup since like the 1960s. So that was like
50s actually.
50s, yeah. So that was like a Chicago Cubs-esque, Boston Red Sox-esque type streak that they ended, right?
Oh yeah, so the Cubs were like 80 years, I think.
Yeah. Well, Curse the Bambino, right? So yeah. So Drag Racing Central giving them the peepers. He's peeping in. He's peeping in.
I see his eyeballs.
I want to say too, like, subscribe to that dude's channel because he puts out some really good content. And he's a really cool guy. And then, like, what I love too is like he don't care about talking crap. He talk a lot of crap, and it's funny. I love it. Drag Racing Central's the man.
Yeah, definitely check out his stuff for sure. So, and another thing we've been doing is we've been just kind of playing different trailers and stuff that I got set up for different content throughout the holidays and coming up into 2022 and so on and so forth. So if you guys will indulge me for a second, I'm going to play a quick video here. This is the first maybe opening 45 seconds or so of a video that will be live on Boxing Day on Nitromaniac TV's Drag Files. So, folks, you're watching the Christmas Extravaganza. We will be back with more chats with Morehouse from the Wrestling Unlimited channel and Darren Williams Jr. from American Hot Rod Entertainment. He collaborates with me from time to time on the Drag Files channel. And are we expecting more people? Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But we'll be back in a minute here. Give us a red minute here on Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited and Drag Files channel. It is a Christmas Extravaganza. And we're back. Hey, everybody. It is Kellen Nitro for Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited and Drag Files channel. And it is a Christmas extravaganza, kind of working our way through hour number 2. And the guests are starting to filter in again. So I'm just going to add them in box by box. You have already met from Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited, the returning contributor, Mr. Morehouse. How are things going, about 70 minutes in here so far? So good?
Doing good. Got a refill here on my old fashioned and grabbed a few ginger cookies. So feeling good.
Christmas baking. It's the time of year. I got to tell you, it's awesome. Also joining us from American Hot Rod Entertainment, we've got the man himself, Darren Williams Jr. Darren, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, when you're done bringing on everybody, we got to talk about the end of SmackDown the other night.
Yes.
That was pretty crazy. We got to talk about.
We'll get into that for sure. We got one more we got to bring in. He's just joining the chat right now. It is the man from Everything Nitro and Drew's Nitro's Images, and you've seen him everywhere. His work is amazing. Drew Morales, how you doing, buddy? Merry Christmas.
I was gonna put the beer in front of the thing, but then you started doing all that, saying all that. I thought, no, wait a minute. Let me be professional. Let me be more laid back. But what's going on, guys? What's up, Darren? Great to meet you. That house. That's pretty cool.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. So Morehouse is my buddy and returning contributor for 2022 on the Wrestling Unlimited channel. I'm going to be using him with the All Elite Wrestling stuff that we're going to be putting out this year. So it's going to be a big year for All Elite Wrestling, and we're going to be bringing him in for sure. It's going to be fun. So
yeah, I definitely follow more of the independent AEW stuff. Not so much in WWE stuff, but yeah, as Darren mentioned, I did see that moment he was talking about. So
that video clip was pretty cool with that music. That was awesome.
Thank you.
That was dope.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. That was a late night brainstorm that I get sometimes, and I'm like, I should put that together and see what it looks like. And then I was like, yeah, that looks really good. Our buddy Drag Racing Central is in the chat. He says, "Is that a J.R. Todd banner in the background?" It kind of looks like it is there over in.
It's a vintage one now. It's a throwback.
Oh yeah, it is
mellow yellow.
The old series sponsor. I love it. So yeah, no, you guys have the best man caves, and here I am with the tiki room and the.
I have the worst man cave.
By far, you have the best hat.
Yes,
sorry,
thank you very much. Sorry. Absolutely, yeah. So we got it's got 3 different settings too. I'll try and fart around. Here we go. So this was
question is what is Kellen drinking and what is Darren drinking?
Oh,
I know Darren's not much of a drink guy. I know he likes to lay back, more conservative.
So I will reveal again what I'm drinking. I'm drinking a local brew from up here called Bent Stick Brewery. Actually, the brewery, I think, is maybe a 6-minute drive from my house, not even. And it's called the Brown Christmas. It's a spiced brown Belgian winter ale. And it's really good. It's not bad. I'm enjoying it. So, yes. Yeah.
I hope Darren at least has some eggnog or something.
So me and my girlfriend went to Barnes & Noble's, the bookstore today. And what was cool was they had Don Perdome's book on hand. So I was going through that. Yeah, so I was reading through that. And then we stopped at Starbucks afterwards.
And I'm tempted to buy it.
Yeah.
I never did.
So it was really good. It's really good. I didn't read the whole thing, but it was really good. And there's a lot of great excerpts in there. But we stopped at Starbucks and I just got hot chocolate. So that's it.
Oh,
so, yeah, I got hot chocolate.
Probably threw a little extra in there. He's just not telling us, guys.
I don't drink. No drinking for me. No drinking for me.
Hey, fair enough.
Even in the holidays, bro.
I'm not a drinker.
He's straight edge.
Oh, that's okay.
CM Punk,
yeah. Darren wanted to talk about the end of SmackDown. Yeah, man. Like that was incredible with Brock Lesnar coming back into the fold, and then we had finally the confrontation between Roman and Brock after Roman finally, I guess the relationship between him and Paul Heyman is done. And
Paul Heyman had his face turn.
Yeah, the face turn. Yeah, exactly. So now it looks like for day one, Heyman's going to be in Brock's corner, and they're both going to be good guys going into this thing.
And I don't know how I feel about that. I love the combination of Paul Heyman and Roman together, though. But I mean, you saw it coming. You seen it a mile away, and then like that was just like such great acting from Roman and Paul in that moment when he hugged him, and then he said, "You're fired," and then like he's walking away, and then I knew he was gonna turn around and Superman punch him, and when he did that, I went crazy. I was like, "Oh shoot!"
Yeah. They were teasing it for a while, and they finally pulled the trigger on it last night. It was great. Yeah. No,
and Heyman sold that Superman punch like crazy. He sold it so good.
Yeah.
Well, even the last encounter they had, during that pay-per-view match, Heyman was like, "Who do I support, Brock or Roman? Brock or Roman?" So,
yeah. Sorry, guys, I couldn't catch up with it. I couldn't even begin.
Drew's like, whatever.
I've never felt so embarrassed in my life. No,
I'm sorry, we're all wrestling fans.
That's okay. That's okay.
I only watch SmackDown actually.
Yeah. Well, Drew, we'll get you hooked up here with what we were talking about before. What's on your short list for favorite holiday movies? What do you have to watch each year at this time? Oh,
Audio there.
I think my hearing went out. Hold on.
Yeah, no worries for sure. So we'll let him get his
My AirPods were almost dead over here. Hold on.
Oh no, yeah, that's the worst feeling. So yeah, and now his feed is gone. So he will be back. We will bring him back when he gets back. So it was a hard hitting question. He ducked it and he ducked out. He's like, guys, I'm gonna leave. I don't have any holiday movies, so I'm going.
I can't handle this question. I'm out.
I can't handle this question. So yeah, no. Yeah, I got to publicly acknowledge this. Darren, thank you very much for sending me that shirt from the World Finals there and that stuff. That's quite the wild shirt that they did for an event shirt this year. That was crazy.
Did you receive it yet? Did you get it?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I wore
cool.
I wore it to work this week. It was good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Glad you like it, man. Glad you like it.
You will be getting Nitromaniac TV merch being sent to you here in the new year, because if I send it now, it'll get lost in the transit of last minute Christmas gifts and junk and everything. So I'm gonna send it Boxing Week when everything dies down, and you got it. So
hey, throw some stickers in there too. Throw some Nitromaniac TV drag file stickers in there also.
I think I might have some. I'll have to take.
I have to put it up. I don't know if you can see. I got the Jegs and the Canon filters and all that stuff.
Yeah,
stuff. So
that is awesome. That's sick.
You never get to see it during a post race show, but yeah, I got those stickers up there.
Well, yeah, because you're not 7 feet tall. I don't think. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so there we go. So yeah, no, that'd be awesome. That's for sure. Yeah, so I will get something together and we'll send it over for sure. I just didn't want to send anything in the mail right now because, man, trying to get anything from like Amazon onto everything is like just nuts. It doesn't matter where you are. It's insane. So
really, my Amazons are taking like 2 days still. So.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Well, don't forget, you're also in a smaller center, so maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe us in like the larger metropolises and that stuff have issues, but.
Hey, so question, real quick. What's Kenny Omega? What's Kenny Omega been up to? Because I don't really watch AEW, so I was wondering. Because I used to love him in New Japan. So what has he been up to?
Yeah, he's out right now.
He's injured. Yeah.
Yeah, he's injured because. For the majority of the year, Darren, he was a Triple Crown champion. He had the AEW belt. He had the AAA World Championship. And he
TNA.
had the Impact Wrestling TNA belt. So he was champion of 3 different promotions. So I think the workload just caught up on him. And he had been hurt going into the start of AEW anyway. And so, because he had all those amazing matches in 2018 and 2019 with Okada and that stuff, but that stuff, that takes a toll on you. So you have to try to he really got banged up, but I think he'll be back sometime in 2022. I think they're just taking some time. They wrote him out in the storyline too. He said he's going to take some time and whatever, and he might come back as a babyface when he comes back as a good guy. So we'll have to wait and see. But
yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, I'd say he'd come back by the summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. So come back by the summer and see what happens. And going forward, that's it.
But they're doing fine with AEW. Like they still have a lot of main event talent there right now. So
well, yeah, they got like we had just did a live stream earlier in the day where we dissected Winter is Coming, the Dynamite special from Wednesday that was on TNT, and Hangman Adam Page and Bryan Danielson, formerly Daniel Bryan from WWE, they tore down the house. It was insane, that match. They went a legit hour, and you don't see that on
Broadway.
TV. Yeah, 60-minute right front to back, and it was the greatest. So. So it was a good card. So Kenny will be back. I think Kenny will fit right back into the fold when he comes back, obviously, in 2022. It's just right now, the strength is there. Go out there and, the roster depth is there. We don't necessarily need you, so go do your thing. So,
and I think it helps that WWE keeps releasing everyone so they can easily find the main event talent from that.
Yeah, don't get attached to anybody on the WWE roster. They may be gone in 6 weeks.
So that begs the question then.
Yeah.
Do you think is there such thing as too much talent? You know, because I believe with a wrestling, you need your mid card, you need your top talent. But when you're signing all top talent, do you think there could be too much top talent? Do you think that could be a problem at some point?
Yeah, it's like anything else. There's an oversaturation in top talent across the board. There's an oversaturation. You look at any professional sport. Like, I mean, you look at what we look at week to week with drag racing. Is there an oversaturation in top talent in those classes? Yeah, I would think so. That's why there's such a competitive. Every race is like a different chance for somebody to go out there and win and that stuff. So it's with pro wrestling, it's the same deal. There's an oversaturation of top talent across the line in WWE and AEW and New Japan and you name it. So it's like any other professional sport right now that's got, there's a ton of freaking, oversaturation going on. So it's over competitive. It's like, the job market, So,
but if you're in WWE and you have a lot of talent, but they job you out because there's too much talent, and AEW says, "Hey, come over here, you'll be a top guy over here." But then we got all these top guys here. It's like, well, did I really make any change?
I can see your problem. Like that's going to be a problem they're going to have because they keep signing all these guys that are coming out of WWE, and then there's a lot of AEW homegrown guys that are going to start to get like, oh, sorry, you weren't Adam Cole, so you get to go down a level.
Yeah. Drag Racing Central, stir it up. Unless you're Steve Torrance, that guy's the Triple H right now of drag racing. So to liken to him, he's just going out there and he's just burying everybody. So there we go. So, and to catch up from his message from earlier, he says controversy sells. When he was talking about, hey, not ducking anything and that stuff. Well, hey, another tie-in with the pro wrestling stuff. Eric Bischoff, controversy creates cash, right? So there we go. Absolutely. It's a very proven route. So definitely.
Well,
for sure.
I stay more down the middle. So whenever I bring on guests on my channel, I stay down the middle and I let the guests do the controversy. And I stay down the middle. I'm like, you guys,
which is awesome because with that you can just bounce off of whatever they got.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like if they go out there and say, hey, XYZ is actually a coward on the starting line and will, this is how you beat them each and every week, and that stuff is just intimidate them on the starting line. You got it. Then you can bounce off that and just be like, all right, that's fine. Kind of the same deal when I'm talking with some contributors over on the wrestling channel side and that stuff and whatever, and they're like Spencer, for example, Spenny Love, who's a good friend of mine, does love wrestling and that stuff and whatever. He's not afraid to bounce off of me with the. If I come up with a question saying, okay, you're running an independent show here at this venue at this day or whatever, what makes your show different than the other ones that are running, the weekend before or whatever? And he'll go out there and like, he's not, these guys, they love controversy. They'll just jump right in and bounce off of it. And that's what you do. That's it.
Mm-hmm. No publicity is bad publicity.
That's right. Exactly. Yep. Man, we're getting deep on the Christmas show now. Getting super deep on a Christmas show. So, but I appreciate you guys jumping in. This is a lot of fun. This is the first time ever we've gone simulcast on both channels, and because both channels are drastically different in the audiences they reach and that stuff, it may not be for everybody, but I hope that everybody who's watching is enjoying. That's that's my ultimate Christmas wish. That's my hope. So
we're just here for a good time. We're not here to,
here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, but Kellen, I want to say, obviously, this past year we really, did a lot of different stuff with the channel, American Horror Entertainment going live for like the first time and stuff like that. And like anytime I asked you to come on and help me out with the post race show, you was always down. And so I just want to say thank you for that. And always a good show when you come on because you have so much knowledge on drag racing. So I appreciate all the help helping me grow the channel this year. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you, Darren. Yeah, it's always fun to jump on with you and Andrew and chop it up, as you say, and it's fun to do. And I think 2022 is going to be a lot fun too because we look at all the storylines going in. We got new teams. We've got people who have raced for teams starting their own teams. We have people coming in, starting new teams. We have it's going to be a lot of fun come February when we start taking a look at things in Pomona and Phoenix, and then the tour goes on and on from there. And then what effect everything else is going to have. And I think we got Drew back. We're going to see here if this works.
Oh my God. There's so much pain in my life. So my AirPods died, and then I have a Mac, but I've never used it on StreamYard. So here I go having to download Chrome. AirPods are dead. Just I'm thinking, man, this show's over by now. But here I am.
Oh, we're just chilling. I don't think there's actually there was no set end time for tonight. We were just going to just roll along and talk, because this is the last real free weekend, quote unquote, we have before the Christmas and New Year's crush of activity happens, right? So and then it's going to be already 2022, and all of this is old news by this point. So yeah, there's no set plan or anything. Format? What format?
I have a question. Since we're on Kellen's channel, Darren, I think we could pretty much let loose. I know you don't like to let loose all that much. Did you guys already talk about the Ron Capps deal?
Yeah, we were talking about that. Just the whole crush of basically the mix of existing drivers starting new teams. We have drivers, of course, who are moving teams. We have drivers starting, like I said, new teams. We have even new people coming into the sport driving their own teams and that stuff. When you're talking about, well, not necessarily new people coming into the sport, but when you're talking about the Caruso thing in pro stock as well. But it's it's going to be such a cluster, at Pomona, and you're going to need a program like that. That'll be probably the one race for the year that you guys will be going out into the midway and buying the program and taking a look and say, okay, this person's here, this person's there, this crew chief's over here now.
I think my take on that thing would be maybe different than a lot of other people, but if you look at history and what history's shown us, it's not easy having a single car operation in the Nitro category. This is something new to Capps. It's going to be new to John Medlin and all those guys. Capps has more to worry about than just his fire suit now. He's got paychecks. He's got fuel, hotel rooms. There's so much that goes into a single car operation. I don't think he's going to be a big factor from the start. That's not to say in the next 3 years it'll be, the same thing. I think he'll work his way up. But look at Antron Brown. He's getting into that phase too. And I don't think that alliance between Justin Ashley and Antron Brown will make that big a difference for those two guys. Look at the top fuel field. That thing is crazy, man. So I don't think those guys are going to do much better than they did this year. You have Tony Schumacher coming back. I put him in front of a lot of the field. And, of course, Steve Torrance, Billy Torrance, when he shows up, that car is going to the semifinals every time. Cabs, I think that's going to be a lot of trial and error. I mean, it's not so easy when you got to cut the checks and people depend on you for their livelihood. So I think that's a part of the sport Cabs hasn't yet been a part of. And now that he's in it, I mean, that's going to be tough. I think, my personal opinion, it's going to be a lot of trial and error. Sure, he's got a good car. But like I said, Darren, remember we had that post-race show, and I said, Cruz set a great example for these other guys. Showing them that you could take a complete team and bring them over. And mind you, Cruz didn't have the same car that Tommy Johnson did, but they made it work and they ended up fourth in the points. All these other guys like Hagan and Capps, they're taking their cars with them to their new operation. So that's kind of like, well, you're a step ahead of the game. Not only do you have the same crew members, but you have the same car as well. But another big thing with Tony Stewart Racing, I figured he would go Ford, right? You look at his Instagram, he got a new Ford Bronco. We know he's affiliated with Ford on the NASCAR side.
Right.
I was sold that, like, man, this guy's going Ford and he's not telling anybody. But when you see that, Mopar body still in the shop, it's like, why would they bring that over if they're really going with Ford? So
there's rumblings that, even though with the next gen car coming in, Dodge could be coming back to NASCAR soon, and Tony Stewart could be going with that. There's rumblings that Tony Stewart could be going back to Dodge when they come through. So that's kind of like the rumblings right now. Probably 2023 or something like that, or 2024. Dodge could be right around the corner back in NASCAR. And what they say too is that, Ford, they give more priority to Penske and all that stuff, not really to Stewart Haas right now. So, so there could be, Tony Stewart and Haas teaming up with a Dodge soon. So that's probably why they went with Dodge in the NHRA.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, for sure, that would be especially good for the NASCAR end of it. But for the NHRA end of it, I think to see him with Ford would make a better story, just because there's only Tasca and Wilkerson out there, and of course Tony Girardo and some of these other guys that are running a Ford body. So I think if you had another competitive car that is Ford, it would just be, you have the Dodges that dominate. Toyota's coming out with the Supra, let Ford, wet their beak a little bit,
Yeah, exactly.
And like what Drag Racing Central real quick said, Ford said no to Kyle Larson and Tony's mad with Ford. That is true too. Tony Stewart tried to get Kyle Larson, but Ford was like, no, they didn't want nothing to do with Kyle Larson, and so that kind of had like a strain between their relationship also.
Fun story. When I went to the turkey meet, I went to. It was cold as hell, man. The 80th annual turkey meet here in Ventura.
Okay, sure. It's cold in Ventura, California. All right. All right.
Mind you, this racetrack is like, I don't know, 30 feet away from the actual water of the beach. So it's definitely not Canada cold. Yeah. But it's pretty cold for us Southern Californian guys. But I saw Kyle Larson. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get an autograph of this guy. So I went and got an autograph, and I said, hey, what would it take to get you into a Nitro funny car? And he says, probably nothing. Definitely not going to happen. So all of us drag racing fans wishing that would be a case, or he shot it down real quick.
You asked about the wrong class though. The NASCAR guys, if you ask them about pro stock.
Oh, okay.
Maybe because
I should have called you first, Kellen.
Yeah, because of the Kurt Busch thing years ago, and I think Kurt honestly had a lot of fun when he jumped over and ran pro stock at the Gators. What was it, 2012-ish, 2011, something
2011.
Like 2011?
Yeah,
2011. I think he had a lot of fun that weekend because it was just he was just a guy showing up to race, and it was a different scene, a different change of pace, and that stuff. Sometimes it's like any other business, it's any other job. If you really excel at the one job, if you're a star athlete or something like that, sometimes, hey, maybe it's fun to go out and take batting practice with the major league team if you're the all-star running back on your NFL squad or something like that. And that's, like that with the tie-in now with HendrickCars.com, with Greg Anderson, of course, and they're obviously KB Racing's top flight team and that stuff, but with Rick now with Kyle Larson and that whole mix and everything like that, you never know. Kyle Larson in a pro mod would be fun, but
yeah.
Who knows, right?
I like this comment, Drag Race Central. What a guy, right, Darren? Guy coming up.
Yeah.
But I don't think all too much of that. I think there's a little bit too much. God, I probably sound like a hater, man. Like, I hate it. But I think there's so many people involved in no prep racing nowadays that that's the trend. I mean, is it surprising? No. I mean, it's just another form of racing that's, it's fun for the fans, and it's more entertaining for the drivers, I think.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool. I think it's definitely cool. But no surprise if any drag racer were to go and try, some no prep stuff. Even if, heck, say Ron Capps or, Steve Torrance, I'd be no surprise. It would just be fun to watch.
Hey, Drew, just say it. Yeah. Just say it. Us West Coast guys don't like 8th mile racing. Let's just say it. Just put it out there.
Yeah.
Just West Coast.
That's the truth.
Come on up here. We'll take whatever we get.
Us West Coast guys just don't like 8th mile racing.
It's all good.
Darren straight up asked me, hey, what do you think about 8th mile? And I just said, I don't even want to see it. I don't even want to hear about it. But you know what I've become a fan of? Funny car chaos. Yes. I don't know why. I have no idea why. But that 8th mile racing seems more appealing to me than any other 8th mile racing you could offer to watch. Just maybe because they're funny cars. I don't know. Yeah. It just seems entertaining.
I just like the fact that there's different engine combinations and that stuff. Like their runner up for the championship this year was legit a girl that had a top dragster engine in a old alcohol car from the early 90s or something like that. That was just like it's an engine that should be in a top sportsman or a pro mod. And she ran second in the entire freaking series with it because she was just treating guys, right? You know, and they bracket you by time. So she's not running with the high-end nitro operations or anything like that. She's running with, you know, what would be classified as like the Pro 690 or whatever. And you know, it's 8th mile, and somebody wise, a real long time crew chief that lives up here now, and has raced Division 6 and all sorts of stuff, told me once, I can't remember who it was because we have several of those people actually that live in this area, but they told me once that no matter the class with funny car, the acceleration for the first 8th mile is practically the same. It's after the 8th mile is when everything starts to separate. So an alcohol car will accelerate if you get a good light with an alcohol car, it goes probably about the same as if you get a good light with a nitro car. It's just the nitro car starts applying power at a different spot and then takes off on you after, you know, the 8th mile mark and that stuff. But it's a tight race no matter what fuel you're burning for the first 8th mile or so, if you can get the light right and that stuff, right? So
how about this? How about 8th mile versus electric car racing? What would you rather see?
Man,
I mean, if Big Daddy Don Garlitz has his foot and, you know, he's out there doing it, I see nothing wrong with electric racing. I kind of had a different opinion, say, a year ago, but if anybody has helped evolve the sport more than Don Garlitz, let me know about it. But I think that's cool if a guy of his stature is really willing to go out there and try to break these records at his age. And the only thing that sucks is it's so quiet. I mean, that electric Cobra, it kind of just makes me like, I laugh, but I don't laugh. I know, Darren, you saw it in person. But it's kind of cool. I mean, I don't knock it. I just wish there was a little more sound, but that's just what we're used to. We're used to that, you know, the pops and bangs, and we're used to some V8 action or something. But
to me, it's the burnouts that they do. Like, if you watch Les Mayhew's video on YouTube, he went down to Bradenton to take a look, or Bradenton, I should say, to follow Garlitz go after the 200 mark in the electric dragster, right? So he what was it? He documented the Garlitz made like 7 or 8 runs that weekend down in Bradenton. This video is a few years old. I think it's like 2013, 2014, something like that. So it's about 6 or 7 years old. But he got some great low-level shots of Garlitz doing burnouts in the electric dragster, and those things boiled to hides like a 1980s style top fuel car, like white smoke, the whole, like he was carrying burnouts well past the 660 foot mark in this thing. And just, it's, you know, if they can get that type of show for that class, then I think there's not going to be a problem, because you put the old drag racing showbiz elements in there, you're set and ready to go. So that's it.
Yeah, I'm sorry to bring up the drag racing thing again.
No. It's okay. That's right.
Like literally. Darren knows. Thanks to Darren, if I'm on a show like this, I'm gonna talk drag racing.
Poor Morehouse is just standing in a corner like, really?
Yeah, sure. Whatever you guys say is good. I agree.
You're gonna have to take him to Old Castro Raceway. You're gonna have to take him to
Rad Torque Raceway. Now we got a sponsor change.
There we go.
The venue.
I actually mentioned that to the top of the show.
Was like going one time, and I mean, you'll be hooked, whether it's a street legal night or, I mean, it's just a fun atmosphere.
Well, he's been a couple of times on his own with his buddies and that stuff. But we'll hook up in the new year, and I'll bring him out for sure.
Yeah, us two definitely have to go out there.
Yeah.
So you're both based in Canada, right?
Yeah. We're actually friends from like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, long-time friends.
2 Canadians and 2 Southern Californians.
Yeah, exactly. And a partridge in a pear tree. There we go. Bring the Christmas fig in. But, so Morehouse and I, we we've been pro wrestling fans for years, and we met on an old pro wrestling forum on a website. I don't think you guys. Yeah,
it was an old social media website based out of Edmonton.
Yeah, so there was an old social media website called Nexopia.com. If you give it a Google, it's the whole back history of it and that stuff. And it basically was like a live board type setup where you could just post things wherever you could and so on and so forth. And I was moderator for a forum for a while, and he was a regular poster, and then
the good old dungeon.
Good old dungeon forum, yeah, named after, of course, Bret Hart and the dungeon and everything being in Calgary and whatever. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. That's old school stuff.
We should throw out our age here so we know. I know I'm 27. I think Darren's 27 now as well. Me, Darren, and I are.
Bro. I'm 21, bro. What are you talking about?
Calm down.
You're just 21. You're just 21, bro.
Darren, you and I are about 3 weeks apart.
I'm 21, bro. I am not 27. I'm 21. Okay. Okay. I'm 21 years old.
Yeah.
Now I'm 27. I'm getting old. I'm 27.
I'm 36. So.
Yeah, and I just turned 36 at the end of September, so we're the same age, myself and Morehouse. So I think, but Morehouse, you got a few months on me on your birthday, don't you?
Yeah, I'm August 85, baby.
Okay, yeah, so it's like a month or two. That's it. So
yeah.
The Drag Racing Central. Did Canada ever have a national event? Yes, we had several actually. So Montreal, Sanair International Raceway. Give that a Google and give that a search on YouTube for the old Le Grand National Mosins. That's the name of the races that you want to go and check out. They ran there from 1972 on until our government changed the fuel laws and that stuff. Around leaded fuels and everything. So it basically outlawed nitromethane in Quebec, and that was in 1993, I think it was. That was the end of that. And then IHRA used to run national events all the time when they were a series. Like they ran the Rocky Mountain Nationals, which is our big race up here in Edmonton, for several years, from like 2003 on to like 2016 or so. And a quick plug on my channel, on the Drag Files channel, you can go back and take a look at the last IHRA national event, as I got complete video coverage of that, as I was the only cameraman out there all weekend doing that, which was a surreal freaking weekend for sure, because this used to be an event that every single news station, every single like all the motor racing press and that stuff would show up for and that stuff, and then all of a sudden to see it end with one guy with a handy cam standing trackside, it's like, okay, well, I'm standing here watching the world burn, I guess. That's cool.
Welcome to Edmonton.
Yeah, welcome to Edmonton. Exactly.
I remember like that 86 race from Sanair. It's like literally like just one guy in one position, like the whole race. And it's like, wow. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. That was one of our national broadcasters that put together the footage of it. We have two national broadcasters up here. We have CBC and CTV, and that was a CTV produced race for their sports weekend or whatever. And it literally was one guy with a tripod standing about 60 feet out and just shooting the cars and panning them as it went across, right? And
welcome to Canada.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to Canada, right? And then I think they had another cameraman down at the top end with Steve, so he could do the interviews with Steve Evans, so he could get the driver's interviews and that stuff. And that guy just happened to be there when Shirley Muldowney had that thing in the second round where she blew the tire off the car and that stuff, and she had to save it. Because because she almost had a repeat of 84 where she came across the traps and the tire blew off, and she's trying to, wrestle the car and that stuff, whatever. It's in the Drag 86 year in review tape video thing. It's on YouTube, whatever. You can take a look at it.
It's not in the archives only Brian Loans has.
Yeah, apparently. Or the archives he has access. Hey, that's getting less exclusive now. I don't know if you guys have been watching that 24/7 NHRA stream on Roku and Plex and whatever.
Accident, and I was totally surprised. And I stumbled across it like the day before the article went out, and it really went like. And I was like, what the hell is this? And I thought it was pretty cool.
Yep. So I'm watching it through a service called Plex, which is kind of like a bunch of free TV channels and everything like that. I think there's like a Mystery Science 3000 channel, a Shout Factory channel, a a few other things on that service, but I could just get it streaming from my laptop and get it from my TV and that stuff and everything. It's great.
Yeah, Plex is awesome because you can also host your own Plex server and everything. So
yeah. Well, hey, there we go. But to look into that for Nitromaniac TV somewhere down the line and that stuff. And Darren, start building up your library then if that's the case. Get more content. You get like American Hot Rod Entertainment Channel going.
I want to tell Drag Racing Central one quick thing about San Air. So if he doesn't know, that's where actually John Force got his first win in '87. But then there was no camera crew there, so he went down to the side.
It's the same guy. It was the same guy.
It's the same guy.
Yeah, the same guy with the one camera. That's it.
But also, one thing I love though is when Perdome had his blow over there. And remember, he goes over on the side of the track and he's like, oh my gosh, right? And then you just see Perdome just like walk out like nothing happened, just walks across like nothing happened. Like so cool. Just that's like a hero type moment.
Full
running
to him in his fire suit and everything. It's wild.
And then Perdome just walking
just
walks out like nothing happened. Like that was so cool.
Yeah, like Bernstein's just booking it at the front of the. It's like Kenny, he's out of the car. He's fine. It's he can chill. but Kenny's probably thinking at this point, it's like, bro, better you than me because I'm having a terrible season as it is too. I don't need this on me either, right? So. And
then you got the great Karamessini is getting to the final there, 89. But Ormsby like the clock strikes midnight and Ormsby beats him in the final. Like just so much great stuff from Stan here. Yeah, so much.
Yeah, it's an awesome binge. If you get a chance, definitely check out the stuff. I know that the 86 race is definitely on YouTube. Not so much sure about 87, but I know that Ashley Force over at John Force Racing, Ashley Force Hood over at John Force Racing put out on their YouTube channel kind of a condensed highlight melt of all of John's victories from that day that they must have got from CTV or whoever was shooting the race that weekend, but because it was like exclusive stuff. So that's out on YouTube. And then every Grand National from like 88 on through 92, I should say, is on YouTube. And in 93, everybody, if you're watching the classic drag racing from the 90s and wonder why Topeka has two national events, well, one of those national events was the Le Grand National Molson. They just moved it to Topeka. That's how that was. So,
on the John Force daughter subject, is there anybody that has like a favorite of the Force daughters?
Okay,
I think I do.
Weird turn.
Weird turn, but it pops in your head. Hey, so, drink a couple of Modelo's.
Morehouse might be able to answer this too. Did you watch Driving Force on A&E back in the day?
I missed that show so much.
You did not. Okay,
I didn't. Sorry.
Okay.
I sometimes, if I'm cleaning or I'm editing or something, I'll just go on YouTube, throw it up on my TV, and just let it play in the background. Like that was entertainment. Like it was so good.
It was good stuff.
Especially when you had Medlin in there, you had Austin Coyle just kind of pop in and out.
Yeah,
and just to see like the real John Force, I bet you that's the way. That's the exact same way it is today. Even Daniel Hood, way back in the day, made an appearance on that show, and like they were cracking jokes and like that was such a fun show. Yeah. But if I'm going to ask that question, I want to say Ashley was my favorite. But when I really think about it, Courtney, hands down to me, great driver, great personality. She represented the sport so well. I would have to pick Courtney Force. Nothing against Brittany, but Courtney Force is where it's at for me.
Yeah, probably Courtney for me as well. But Ashley is probably a close.
She was baller. She was baller when she was on the scene. She was
good. Yeah,
and she had a lot of pressure on her.
She was good, and she started like
she literally came in right after, and then Eric Medlin passed. Like, can you imagine how much stress that is on you?
Yeah,
and then Scott Coletta died the year previously. Like, talk about such a rough beginning. Like, for anybody in the sport, that's got to hit hard, especially when Eric Medlin is, a friend of the families. You grew up around him, and you see a guy like that leave.
Yeah. Well, to answer these swings that came in, it's a shocker. NHRA actually did the 24/7 streaming thing. Yes, that was something that was completely out of left field, but it's kind of cool. So to explain to Morehouse what's going on is It's kind of like the WWE network, but it's been separated into two services. So NHRA, you can go on Plex and go watch it right now if you wanted to. And then NHRA TV has some of the classic races on demand, like they would on the WWE network, where you could go look up a classic pay-per-view or something like that. So there's a stream, and then there's the classic. They just
is that a pay per view? Like if it's a certain event, you have to pay for it?
NHRA TV is
Okay.
It's insanely expensive. It's like $139 a year for Canadians or something like that.
It's actually worth it. I think if you buy it up front, it's worth it. I don't know about you, Darren, but I would actually pay week to week just because, I mean,
yes, it needs a monthly installment.
The whole thing, but after a couple races and then I should just bought the membership the first time and $20. I mean, if there's 20 national events, I mean, do the math. That's kind of pricey, but it's better off to just get it out of the way at the beginning of the season. And
I do that with the Zone. Like I pay the Zone charge. It's our service for English football. Yeah. It's $120 a year, but it's worth it because you get all the games eventually. So,
But with NHRA.TV though, you pay either by the race or for the year. If we're halfway through the year, Denver, Sonoma, Seattle, is it really worth paying for the whole year at that point? Like, it's like, because.
Yeah, I guess it depends when you start watching. Actually,
that's why they need a month to month.
On Fox anyway, on the big Fox network usually too. So
that's why they need a month to month instead of just buy the race because it's like at that point, is it worth paying the whole $100 if we're halfway through the season? You know?
Yeah, unless
racing, even Flow Racing, like you could get a subscription for say $150 a year, but you're paying $12.50 a month, and just like a payment plan type thing, which I know racing doesn't. There's no drag racing for 12 months and out of the year, but you still could get that extra content that, you could still get that little bit extra, but I don't know. I'm a big fan of float racing.
If you think about it, it's no different than paying for a night out at like going to a movie or whatever. And
that's a good point. Yeah.
So
Except you get it the whole weekend, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I know I came in clutch when Darren was like, I'm bumping this post-race show to 5. Is that cool? 4. Is that cool?
Like the constant bumps, yes.
Because the time difference, or mind you, Darren and I are on, Pacific time. So every East Coast race, they were 3 hours ahead. So what was late to them was early to us. And when they'd finish up, it was close to that time. And it was like, oh boy, I haven't heard from Darren yet, but I was like, I know I'm going to get this link soon, and I'm not prepared.
Well, we get that treat when, like, our hockey team goes on the East Coast trip. We get the 5 o'clock games. It's like,
5 o'clock starts.
5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, and then after 7 o'clock, you can do whatever you want. So it's fantastic.
Or even NBA if we're watching a Raptors game or something like that. And they're playing in Brooklyn or whatever like that. That's like a 5 o'clock start usually or whatever. And then
Darren, I need your opinion on this because we're West Coast guys, right? We're Southern California guys. Sometimes, Lakers home games don't start till 7:30 our time. That's 10:30 on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Dang, I would hate to be waiting all day to watch a Laker game. Like
Pacific time zone is the perfect time zone for any sporting event.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you know what they do now? Have you noticed that this year in the NBA they start 30 minutes earlier now? So like on TNT or ESPN, so they'll start the East Coast game at 4:30, and they'll start the West Coast game at 7 instead of 7:30. It's only 30 minutes, but I mean, it's like that's why they push up the time now. I noticed that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
it's like, dang, it's cool because when you get out of work, some days you're like, oh, cool, I'm gonna catch the first, 76ers versus Boston game, and then I get to follow with the Lakers or Clippers game, something like that. But then I'm thinking while I'm watching it, I'm like, man, on the East Coast, it's late. Like it's 1, 2 in the morning by the time these games finish up. I'm like, nobody, especially if you have to work early, 5, 6, 7, nobody's staying up late to watch this game.
Yes, exactly.
Like I get it. Like when I drive home, I'm like, oh shit, the Oilers are on the East Coast this time. I can drive home, listen to the first period. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a drive time start. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Dang.
Okay, but as a Lakers fan, we got bad news today. AD will be out for the foreseeable future as he has a sprained MCL. So Anthony Davis, he won't be reevaluated until the next 4 weeks. So we're already not playing good, and now AD is out.
You want to talk about
Lakers have been struggling this year.
Yes,
It's sad to
it's
see.
been-
It's sad.
you want to talk about bad news? At least you still have the majority of your starting lineup dressed. Our Oilers up here in the NHL, we got 4 guys out due to COVID of all things. So,
But hey,
But not when Kellen, not when your team his average age is 35, 36.
oh, good point. Yeah, that's right. You guys,
Bro.
yeah,
and your point guard can't shoot and turns the ball over like all the time. That too.
good point.
I hate
Yeah,
to see the
Unfortunately, your team has no future.
yeah,
Exactly.
I hate to see
Yeah.
the trade rumors,
That's a
but
good
then I'm
point.
like, if I was playing 2K and I was playing my
good
GM,
point.
like, I don't know if any of you guys play or I don't know if Madden or any other game offers that, but like I play
Yeah.
2K. every
NHL
once in a
22
while, and
has
I always
one.
play the GM mode, and I
Yeah.
like to just throw my superstars out there just to see what I can get in return. And so,
Yeah.
And if any
Some
player is
people
over
are
32, he's immediately on the trade block.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
time to get
Hey,
younger.
That house. What's your name? I'm sorry.
That's
my name?
Morehouse.
Yeah,
Morehouse. Yeah.
Morehouse. So your real
Morehouse.
name's Morehouse? Okay.
Yeah.
So Morehouse. It's funny that you say that we have no future because I was talking about this with a friend today.
Oh,
AD, I'm sorry, AD could be one of the best players in the NBA. He could be a top 5 talent, but he has not shown that since winning the championship.
Yeah.
And he gets hurt all the time. I was
Yeah.
telling a friend this earlier. We gave away our whole future for that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's always injured and he doesn't produce like I expected him to. And I'm very disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
as
very
much as I was a
disappointed.
Lonzo Ball fan, I'm pretty sure you were, Darren. We never really talked about that, but I think that's what Lonzo Ball would have never have grown to the player he is today without leaving LA. You know what I mean? I hate to say that because like even at the time I was a huge fan. Like I wanted to see him do good. I still watch him, but like I don't know. Like yeah, they gave a lot away, but would they have won that championship here a couple years ago in the bubble if it wasn't for that trade?
No.
Heck
Yeah.
no. Like I don't think so.
No, when
Especially
it comes to ownership, you're looking to win. Like you don't want to
Yeah.
like, hey, I just want to buy
Yeah.
youth and just keep developing forever and ever and ever. No, you want to buy the title, and they bought the title. It worked out.
Well,
I
what-
really
what-
didn't think this
yeah.
Westbrook thing would be all that bad, though. I mean, there's still plenty of time to go, but it's just like, come New Year's, it's like if there aren't at least 7-3 in the last 10 games, it's kind of tough to consider them to do anything else.
So at least you have a team. I'm a Timberwolves fan, so I've been used to the bottom forever.
Our buddy Jeff the baby dude, Darren, he's a Timberwolves fan. I'm like, that is kind of tough, That's just. I mean,
Well,
I
for
mean,
punishment
Anthony
at that
Towns
point, or?
I mean, Anthony Edwards is a real good young player. I like Anthony Edwards. He's a baller. So I mean, you guys got a pretty good bright future. I think. I mean, you guys won't win a championship, but I mean, you
But I
guys,
love
know,
Towns. Towns is
funny.
amazing. Towns is amazing talent.
yeah.
my favorite.
It's
my
been
favorite
the bottom
Timberwolves
for
era-
Minnesota for like 20 years, it seems.
Yeah, exactly.
what do you call it? Kevin Garnett era. My favorite Timberwolves
Well,
era.
that's how I became a Minnesota fan, is because I bought a pack of NBA trading cards as a kid. And I'm like, oh, crap, I got a Kevin Garnett card. Who's this guy? And I'm like, oh, my God, he's amazing. So I'm going to be a Timberwolves fan. And that's how I became a Timberwolves fan.
So quick shout out here, Jason Steeples chiming in, 405 Street Outlaw in the house. Welcome, Jason.
Nice.
This
Hey,
is
Jason.
this is the Christmas extravaganza. There is no set plan. There is no end goal. There is no nothing. We are just here hanging out the weekend before Christmas because Christmas is coming and stuff gets all booked up. So you got myself, Kellen Nitro here, and we're simulcasting on Nitromaniac TV's Drag Files, Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited. We also got from the Wrestling Unlimited channel, Mr. Morehouse coming back and just chilling out and hanging with us and chatting all things and everything. We got from Drew's Nitro's Images and Everything Nitro, Drew Morales. And we got from American Hot Rod Entertainment, Darren Williams Jr. in the chat. And they're all here streaming live. And we're just talking whatever comes to mind here.
I need to
We've
pick
got-
on be a hype man.
We've got Drag Racing Central in the chat, throwing out some great points and that stuff and whatever. So it's just
Just having a good time.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's the unofficial Christmas party of Christmas parties is what it is.
Yeah.
This is like PRI, but without the crazy nightclub thing that Monday Morning Racer was at, whatever that was. So
And probably without all the money.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Definitely
I'm-
with the
I'm poor as fuck,
1,000%
so.
without the money. So,
Hey, Kellen. So
Yay.
you mentioned Monday Morning Racer in that party you went to. So me and my girlfriend will actually be doing some similar on New Year's Eve. We're going to San
Okay.
Diego. It's called Colors R&B only. So they play like real like 90s R&B and stuff like that. And so we went in 2019. I tell you, it's a lot of fun. So I'm gonna be having fun that night. It's gonna be really cool. I can't wait. New Year's Eve about to be fun.
Aaron's
Yeah,
like, I don't remember anything else.
yeah. I'm heading out New Year's Eve myself here in town to just hanging out with a bunch of friends. We're going to go hit up West Edmonton Mall, has a comedy club. And so we're going to go check out some open mic comedy and then head on over to a bar to ring in the new year right after. So kind of a low-key-esque type New Year's, but still going to be nice to get out and enjoy and see what's happening. So looking forward. Morehouse, any plans? Or are you just hanging with the wife that night? Or
Yeah, we have a few family events to do. I'm trying to pull her to Spider-Man because I hear that movie is fantastic. Definitely check out Spider-Man.
There we go.
And then we're heading off to the Vancouver side just after Boxing Day. So.
Oh, nice. Drew, anything up for New Year's? Or just kind of just chilling? Or
Well, there's probably a bunch of noise in the background. There's like my nephew's 1-year-old birthday.
Oh, okay.
It's like a Christmas party mixed with that. And then, family tomorrow, family during Christmas. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
New Year's, spending time, obviously, family, nothing too crazy. But, just hanging out, having a good time. This is a lot of fun. I hate it, but I have to go.
Yeah,
but it's a lot
absolutely
of fun.
understandable. Yeah.
Kellen, we got to do this for New Year's too or something. I mean, this is pretty cool. I like that you did this. And I literally took time away and I thought, you know what? I got the thing and I was sitting outside and I'm like, you know what? I was like, I got to make some time to go inside at some point. And I opened it up and I see my buddies there and I think, man, I just got to hop on, even if it's for a couple minutes, man.
We might do a New Year's Day hangover special that day or something like that. The problem is that later that night WWE has a pay-per-view, so I have to jump on Wrestling Unlimited with my other buddy TL to do the pay-per-view post show later that night. But I don't know, just think of something. Maybe even there might be the hangover from the hangover on the Sunday or something like that. Maybe I don't know.
I know for a fact you'll have to call it something else for Darren to come back.
Yes, exactly.
Why you say that?
Because I know you don't drink, so it's not like, it's not gonna be a hangover.
Oh, okay.
The Pepsi party.
The Pepsi party, yes.
I'm just I'm on Darren's team all the way, so
yes, absolutely.
Call something else, not the hangover. It's the kick it after party.
Yes, exactly.
Well, thank you so much. Hey,
thank you for
Merry
jumping
Christmas
on.
To you, Morehouse. Merry Christmas, Kellen, Darren.
Yeah,
I'm sure you're gonna get a text from me on Christmas, man. But good to see you guys, and this is a lot of fun. So this is the first one I'm doing on my Apple computer. So
cool.
I might just stick with this here on out.
Yeah, no, it sounds great. You sound great. It's awesome. Thanks again for jumping on. Merry Christmas to you and yours, and all the best going forward into 2022. Definitely, we'll get you guys on, and we're gonna make it happen. It'll be great. So
appreciate you guys. I'm gonna be tuning in every chance I get too.
You got it. All right, Drew. You take her easy, buddy. Okay.
You, Darren.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. So there you go. That was Drew from Nitro's Images and Everything Nitro. Go check out his channel if you are any drag racing fan or whatever. He's got great interviews up with Corey McLenithan. He's got a great interview up with Whit Bazemore. I'm missing people, obviously.
Dom Lagana.
Yeah, Dom Lagana. That was awesome. He got a chance to collaborate with Dom Lagana and do an interview with Dom, and that was awesome. And so on and so forth. He's got a great one up with Frank Petragon as well, talking about all his U.S. national success and everything. So it's a fun channel. Go check it out. Links are all in the description below on the or not in the description, but in the channel tab on the Drag Files channel to get over to all of the channels and that stuff. So yes, that's about it. So, oh man, this has been fun. This is the Christmas extravaganza, of course, here on Nitromaniac TV and that stuff. And we'll go for a little bit longer, but we're nearing probably the tail end of everything for the evening and so on and so forth. My cooler is basically empty at this point, but so just checking out. But oh man, what's the big thing, Darren, you're looking forward to in 2022? Anything across the board? It could be,
So I have a lot of interest, honestly. I follow a lot of stuff. I love basketball. I'm pretty sure everybody know that. I'm a big NBA fan, so looking forward to see how the Lakers can turn this thing around. What else? I'm a big Marvel fan also. I follow the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I'm going to go see Spider-Man on Tuesday, so I'm looking forward to that. And I love how they introduced the multiverse now in this whole thing, so I'm really excited about that. See how that all turns out. I'm a big Godzilla fan. I don't know if you guys know that. I follow a lot of Godzilla stuff. I actually found a YouTube channel. He's called Big Action Bill. He recaps like all the movies from back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
And he really goes into depth and everything like that. So I love his videos. I watch his all the time. Obviously, they haven't came out with new movies lately, but I go back probably like once a year and rewatch all the movies and stuff like that. And it's usually around the holidays where I rewatch them too. So I recently rewatched Godzilla 2000, which is my favorite Godzilla movie of all time.
Nice.
So, nice. I love Godzilla 2000. So I have a lot of interest, honestly. I love a lot of stuff. And kind of take a little break from the YouTube channel a little bit. Which is we're at, I haven't checked. We're at 991 subscribers. And I feel like
awesome.
Okay, so by the end of the stream tonight, guys who are watching this stream right now, and I know the number's kind of a little bit inflated and that stuff at this point, go subscribe to Darren's channel, push him over 1,000, because 1,000 he can start looking at monetization and getting a few other things done that is going to help him out on his channel and get it up to that next echelon and that stuff. So guys, we got to push him over 1,000 here.
And appreciate
that subscriber count up there. Yeah, definitely.
What's your YouTube? What's your YouTube channel?
American Hot Rod Entertainment. So if you even go to Drag Files on the channel tab, you can subscribe to.
I found them, so I'm subscribed now.
Yep, check it out. There you go. So you're at 992. So boom.
Hey, appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Kellen, how do you do that when you go to the tabs and have other people's channels there so they can subscribe? How do you do that?
That's another thing you get once you get past 1,000.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
So that's one of the perks of getting past 1,000 subscribers is that. So
gotcha.
You get the
Thank you.
You get the community tab where you can post stuff to your community basically. And
I have the community tab now. Actually, I can do that.
Oh,
now.
you do? Okay, so you can do that right now. Excellent, awesome. So, and that might actually even be a verified thing. Like once you get verified that you are who you are on YouTube and that stuff, that they can do that. So yeah. So the quick way to share everybody's videos and that stuff is just go on the tab and copy the URL into the copy URL, and then you just click on it and put it in your post on the community page, and then it's there. And other people can come in and they can obviously stay on YouTube and just switch from channel to channel and subscribe up and whatever. So yeah, I know the fans over here on Drag Files, we've got some cross traffic too. I know there's some cross pollination with the wrestling channel and stuff like that. So it goes either way. They like checking out the community tab, and they'll like whatever is in there and that stuff. And so it's a lot of fun to see and do. So there we go. So
I noticed a lot of drag racing fans actually watch wrestling, or vice versa, or wrestling fans watch drag racing. I noticed
the crossover is big. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And it's something that would be an awesome kind of look into, and that stuff would be, and it's a project that I would love to pursue one day and that stuff. And it might happen in 2022. It's just needs some time and that stuff. I'd love to look at the history of, whoa, I just froze up. Hang on a second.
You're frozen.
Yes, there we go. My phone just said 20% here, so I'm not sure how long the stream will last here, because I'm using my phone as the webcam at this point. But
you got to keep your phone on charger there.
Yeah, well, I thought it was doing pretty good until that point. I might just actually grab the charger here and just step out of the way for a quick second before we get into our last little bit here. But one of the cool things that I want to try and do is I want to look back and kind of see how the whole WWF racing team came to be in the NHRA. Because
you mean like the Spark Plug Collies stuff?
No. This was the WWF funny car with Stone Cold Steve Austin on the side of it. Yeah, and the Undertaker stuff and everything.
And
like
DX
that
car and
I've been doing a little bit of research, and the story behind it and the people involved in this thing are pretty wild. You know, we know who's involved with it from the NHRA side, but who's involved with it from the WWF side is insane. Like, and here's a spoiler for it. Vince McMahon had no knowledge of the deal.
Really?
Of course he wouldn't. It's beyond. Like he doesn't. It's beyond his payroll.
Yep. Vince McMahon had zero knowledge that this was going on.
Really?
Entirely. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And they were running, different paint schemes. Tolliver's team was running different paint schemes every week. There was the SmackDown card, there was the Kane card, there was the Undertaker card, there was, you name it.
The DX car,
The DX car, There was
Which one was your favorite?
Car. I have the DX die cast. I have a 164 for the DK. So that's probably my favorite because of the boldness of the paint scheme of it, and that stuff in Triple H in China and that stuff on it and everything. My second favorite was the Undertaker car because that is such a wild looking paint scheme, just with the way the Pontiacs were looking that time and that stuff, whatever, just it fits it and that stuff. And then of course the classic Stone Cold Steve Austin car, because that's a classic. It's the car. So
real quick. So Houston 1999, the fall race. John Force defeats Jim Epler in the final. He was running the Undertaker car, and John Force goes, what was that? That was my buddy Epler. What do they call that car? And then Alan Reinhart goes, that was the Undertaker car. He was like, that's the Undertaker car. Well, we sent them to church. And I started busting out laughing. John Force is the best.
Yep. Yeah, no, John Force is king for sure. Force is awesome for sure. So, all right. Well, we're going to take a quick break here, and then we'll come back and hang out for another 20 minutes or so ish on the stream. If anybody's got comments on their favorite holiday memories or stuff or whatever they want to do, hit us up in the comment section below and that stuff and whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and we'll run something along the lines of, here. This is the ad for Nitromaniac TV. I'm going to go get a charger for the phone and get that all hooked up. And we'll be right back here on Nitromaniac TV's Drag Files and Wrestling Unlimited. It is the holiday extravaganza.
Nitromaniac TV's Drag Files, taking you trackside where an admission pass won't. Subscribe today for the best in modern and archival drag racing content. Plus, coming soon, join Kellen Nitro as he takes a look at the classic races that make up drag racing history in the Retro Race Review. Subscribe today at tinyurl.com/drag files.
right. So good news is I have the phone hooked back up into a power source, so we're set. The bad news is it'll have to stay like this for the rest of the stream, but that's fine.
Yeah. I was gonna say your angle changed a bit.
My angle has changed a little bit, but that's how it will be. But anyways, this is the kind of the final stretch. This is the countdown. We used to call this on Christmas Eve the countdown to Jesus. Yeah, so this is the countdown to Jesus here on the Christmas Extravaganza Nitromaniac TV wrestling channel and Nitromaniac TV's Drag Files Christmas Extravaganza. It is. So Kellen Nitro right here. We got Drew, or we had Drew from Everything Nitro. He's gone. We have Darren from American Hot Rod Entertainment on the line here, checking things out and just chilling with us. And we have our my guest contributor that I have on Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited, that house in Canada, Mr. Morehouse, who made his triumphant return earlier in the day today with our AEW recap, and that was a lot of fun to have on and that stuff. So it was good. It's good to have you back, Morehouse, for sure, contributing on the channel here. And like I said earlier in the stream, he'll be contributing on a lot of AEW stuff. We got some New Japan Pro Wrestling happening, of course, with Wrestle Kingdom happening coming up and that stuff. So a lot of fun happening in January. And then February, Darren, we got Winter Nationals. We've got, Arizona jumping back on to the NHRA tour. And then that whole circus starts back up again and that stuff. And so 2022 is just going to be huge. Mm-hmm. So yes, sir. Absolutely. And if you guys got comments or questions or anything like that, feel free to use the comment tab wherever you're watching this. That's it. That's all the instructions I got. But yeah. So holidays. Okay. So Christmas time, Christmas stuff, Christmas related stuff. What was the best gift you guys got as a kid? And what was the worst gift you guys got as a kid? Because I've got answers for each of them. So
yeah, whoever wants to shoot first on this.
Yeah, you can go first. I really got to think now, man. I have real short-term memory. I really got to think about this stuff.
Chat, go ahead too. Throw it in the chat, which y'all.
Well, I'll start. So, best gift I ever got was when I was about 11 or 12 years old. I got a toboggan from my grandfather. Fantastic. So you can just take it out, go down the hills. It was just a fantastic time. Sorry, my wife's in the background there. Worst gift. 3 years straight, I got the same Alex Kovalev hockey tips tape.
Oh my God! So you got that Alex Kovalev hockey tips tape 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row from the same person. God. So they didn't even know that they kept buying me the same gift.
Oh goodness! Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. So I have three. I don't have them anymore, but I did have 3 copies of the same DVD.
Yeah. So Alex Kovalev, Darren, was a kind of a. I'm trying to figure out what the NBA equivalent to Kovalev would be.
He's a dangler. He's like a Steph Curry. He's Steph good at Curry, skill.
Yeah. So a Russian version of Steph Curry, basically, but a guy that you wouldn't want to necessarily host a compelling television program. So we're talking like the most driest personality out there. And he's Russian on top of it, so thick accents. So it's like,
So I would consider that more Kawhi Leonard, talented, but dry, dry personality.
Yeah. Dry personality, yeah. But Kawhi Leonard at least doesn't have the accent, so his post games are somewhat legible to hear. So
well, if you heard Kawhi's laugh, that's pretty.
God, yeah. We heard enough of it up here, yeah, definitely. When he was with the Raptors, oh man, absolutely, yeah. He's a good guy though. He's all right. Mm-hmm. He's good. So. Mm-hmm. All right, so the best gift that I got as a kid was twofold. I ended up, when I was really young, getting both a Hot Wheels, what they called the drag strip dual set, and it was the Hot Wheels track with 2 dragsters on it. And it was the whole thing where you found like a high part to put at the top of the track. And so the cars would race downhill off of this incline, and then they had like finish line traps and parachutes and the whole deal, right? So that was pretty cool on the drag racing side. That was fun. And then wrestling wise, I remember when I was a kid, I got the Hasbro wrestling ring when I was 6 or 7 years old. So I had, and 4 wrestlers. I had Hulk Hogan, I had Randy Savage, I had the Ultimate Warrior. And it was the first time I ever heard of a guy named Sting. And you're thinking, okay, wait a second. He's not a Hasbro figure. What's going on? Because I think like my grandmother or something like that bought the wrestling figures for me or whatever. And so she just bought this one because it was an off-brand WCW one. And it was cheaper. So I ended up with Sting and 3 of the top WWF guys like Savage, Warrior, and Hogan. And man, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. And the worst Christmas gift I got was I don't know, pneumonia when I was 6. So I spent Christmas in the emergency ward one year. That was fun.
Merry Christmas. Welcome to the ICU.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Welcome to the iron lung almost. So this is crazy. So yeah, that was wild. I don't know. There's always those weird gifts you get from relatives too, and that stuff that, they spent absolutely no time trying to figure out what they want to get for you, but they got something for you just to make you feel, included or part of the thing and that stuff and whatever, which I always appreciated. But I mean, that is.
Oh, Kellen. Oh, Kellen, he likes wrestling. Let's get him an Al Snow doll.
Yeah, or let's get him these off-brand thumb wrestlers from Dollarama that are,
Let's get him this wrestling music CD that's all MIDI files.
Yeah, exactly. Or off-brand music or whatever. So, yeah, I've gotten a bunch of those. I got sardines once for Christmas from somebody.
Sardines?
Like a can of sardines. Legit.
You got sardines? I got Shreddies once for Christmas. So I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. I got sardines, and then like I think my uncle or my grandmother, and my uncle or something like that came out and said, "Oh, that was for somebody else. That got mistakenly. That's the old. Oh, that was for somebody else. That got mistakenly put into your gift type of thing." But you could tell that they were like, we have no idea what the hell to get this guy, so we're just gonna get it.
Kellen, huh? He looks like a guy who looks at sardines. So
like sardines,
can.
It's the first time ever I seen a sardine can too, like in my life. Like I thought it was something from like cartoons or from like the past or something like that.
That's hilarious.
That didn't exist. It was like a can of sardines. So I was like, oh my god,
that's funny, man.
What's this about? Could I use it for live bait or what is it?
You make a sandwich.
Yeah. That was crazy. So,
what about you, Darren?
Man. So I can't say just one gift that stands out to me the most. I've got a lot of great gifts since I was a little kid. I know, like, when I was little, I loved trains for some reason.
Yeah.
I remember I got a train set that I really thought was cool. I was a big Toy Story fan when I was younger too.
Yeah.
So whenever I got like Buzz Lightyear or Woody, I used to love that. So Hot Wheels. I used to love getting Hot Wheels and Hot Wheels tracks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What else did I get? I got a lot of cool stuff. I played basketball when I was younger, so whenever I got basketball stuff.
Okay.
My grandfather, he used to always come every year with this big thing of popcorn, right? But it'll be 3 different flavors. It'll be assorted popcorn. It'll have the caramel, cheese, and regular popcorn. Mm-hmm. And man, that used to be so good every year. I used to love that. He passed away though, but I used to love getting that every year.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And as far as worst gift, my parents have always taught me to be appreciative, so I can't really say I've had a worst gift. I'm appreciative of everything I've ever gotten. So I never had a bad gift. So
not even socks.
I like socks though, so that's the thing. So as a basketball player, as a basketball player, we love our socks. So especially if they look cool. So I always love socks and stuff like that. So I can't say I've had a terrible gift. I love everything I ever got. So hopefully, I know that's like a cop out answer, but it's just always appreciative.
Yeah, exactly. No, that makes perfect sense for sure. And I mean, like that's the thing too. Is I never like, getting involved in athletics in like high school and stuff like that. Whatever. I never really knocked getting socks at all or underwear or whatever. Like, I mean, that was like that's legit stuff I need. Whatever. It's all good.
Well,
thank
Morehouse.
you.
I legit collect socks. Like I love Nike socks and stuff like that. Like I'm a big sock dude. Yeah.
So
So
same with me.
yeah.
I'm obsessed with socks. Like if I get a pair of socks that are themed or whatever with the pulp culture, I'm gonna wear them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like that Odd Socks brand that does different screen printing of different things and stuff like that you can get and that stuff. And
For my birthday, when I turned 35, my wife got me a sock subscription, so I got like Sock of the Month Club.
oh, awesome.
Oh, nice. I know.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Geez, your gifts are y'all's gifts are pretty cool. Well, I had talked about already early in the stream about one of the weirdest gifts that I got, which was that Hockey Enforcers black and blue DVD set back in the day, which was just legit, Darren. It was an MMA tournament on ice, is all it was. There's like UFC with Hockey Enforcers, like the big tough guys that fight all the time. That's all that was. Yeah. So that was one of the stranger gifts that I got. Yeah, there's a ton in the past that probably I forgot. They're like the fidget spinners. Remember when fidget spinners were big?
Yeah.
I
got like 6 one year. I don't know why, but everybody kept sending me fidget spinners.
Because they were popular in 2017?
Yeah. It wasn't very long ago. It's like 5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 5 years ago.
What were those things called? It was 2 guys. There was one red and one blue, and when they punch each other, their head will pop up. What were those things called?
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Rock'em Sock'em Pop Up. Yeah.
Yeah. I got one of those one time. That was cool.
Robots. Yeah. And you pound the thing, and it's they're all uppercuts. So it's like up, and then boom.
See, when I was a kid, it was Pogs, and there was that stick. Like you had 2 sticks, and you balanced the stick on it. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh. And it had like a ring or something like that. Was that ring from one stick?
Yeah.
They still have those. That's I was in Dollarama the other day.
There's Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Beyblades.
Oh, I was a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan.
Okay.
Huge.
Yeah. See, I was Pokemon, so Pokemon was my deal.
No, I played Yu-Gi-Oh. I had Barrel Dragon. That was always my favorite card. So
okay. Yeah.
I watched Pokemon. I watched Yu-Gi-Oh also. Like I like both. I like watching both shows, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. But I loved playing the Yu-Gi-Oh actual Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So, do you remember how with Exodia you had to piece them together? You couldn't just buy one Exodia. You had to get all the 5 different parts.
You have the head, the arms, and the legs. Yeah.
And I remember I asked my dad one time. So I think this kid kind of jipped me off in elementary, but it was like, I'll give you this card for $50. I think it was Obelisk. Was it his head? I think it might have been his head. And the guy said, I'll sell this for $50. And now that I'm 27 years old, I look back when I was like, I literally got gypped for $50. But I appreciate my dad for giving me that $50 to buy that card because he knew how bad I wanted it,
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. That's all you can do. Yeah.
Did you already have the arms and legs, or did you have to still get those?
I think I still had to get those. I think I maybe had one arm and one leg. I think. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think I ever finished getting all the body parts either. I don't think so.
And see, that was freemium gaming back then. I mean, they were already, digging us and getting us set for freemium gaming that they have now on all the cell phone apps and everything now. And that's stuff where you have to pay to, advance in this game and whatever. Right. So they were already hooking us back then with that stuff.
Yeah. But with the cards, at least you have a physical item. With digital,
and you can trade. Yeah.
Exactly. With the digital item, it's like, oh, it's on my phone. Yay.
Good point. Yeah. There's nothing to look at. It's like this whole NFT thing. It's something that I tried to read into, and I don't get it either. It's
I'm too old.
you're paying $25,000 for a JPEG. Okay, that's great.
You know how I make a JPEG? Right click and say save to picture.
I'll make a JPEG right now. I'll screenshot this and I'll throw it into Photoshop and export it out as a JPEG. Boom, there we go.
Yeah.
So Christmas stream, and then I'll throw it up as an NFT, and then boom.
Exactly.
Give me your Nitro monies, anyway. That's about it.
Create your own currency there, Kellen. Create Nitro currency. Go.
Yeah. Yes, we're making things happen here. That's it. That's all. So, all right. Well, I think this will be last call for comments, last call for anything. If anybody's got any well wishes they want to pass on to anybody, or Christmas wishes, or you name it, go ahead and throw it up into the chat there. But I do want to thank everybody who jumped on tonight for sure for guests. We had Drew from Everything Nitro and Drew Nitro's images on earlier on. Morehouse, you've been in here since the beginning, so we've gone Broadway. We're like Shawn Michaels in the 95 Royal Rumble. We're from the beginning right on to the thing. And also, folks, we didn't get the trailer done for this in time, obviously, and that stuff, just because we're putting together in time is on the essence. But watch in January, Morehouse and I are going to do what do we got it called? It is another what would happen if, or sorry, I can't even remember what it's called.
What we do is we look at a full Royal Rumble from a certain year. We base it like, hey, would this dude have a legit shot?
Would they have had a shot? That's what it's called. Yes.
Yeah.
Would they have had a shot? So we started with the 2001 Royal Rumble last year.
And there was only like 4 guys.
Sat down and looked at the entire field of the Royal Rumble match and seen if who out of that match would have been a main event contender for that year's WrestleMania.
Exactly. So you look at Rumble 01, you're like, oh crap, Scotty 2 Hotties coming out. Like, oh, he has no chance to win WrestleMania.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. So we'll take a look at another one. I think we've decided on 1992, which is the GOAT Rumble. That's the greatest Rumble of all time, apparently.
That's with Ric Flair and Undertaker and Sid Vicious and Bulldog.
It's the one where Ric Flair draws number 3 and ends up going the distance and winning the WWF Championship at that point. So we're going to work on something with that. We'll put that out there in January. It'll be a lot of fun, and I think we'll get a lot of traffic off that, which would be great. And so we're basically I'm going to be rocking the wrestling stuff a little bit throughout the month of January. Personally, I think that once we get into February and that stuff, we'll be able to do our preseason predictions on the NHRA side for Drag Files, obviously, and what we'd like to see, and what kind of get an idea of what's going on that side. And then once we get rolling into March and April and that stuff, I can start posting hopefully some fresh content and everything. If now we're waiting on the Omicron to see if that eats everything up or what at this point. So good Lord. It's unreal.
Kellen,
hey,
real quick. 01, WrestleMania 01. Was that Rock and Austin, right? And Austin's heel turn, right?
Rock and Austin 2.
Yeah, Rock Austin 2. We actually did the Rumble review of that one last year.
Yeah. That's the one that's up there.
Heel turn, right?
That was.
Okay.
Yeah, he joined with Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the one. Yeah. Exactly.
And then Rock Austin 3 was 03.
03 in Seattle.
Yeah. Seattle. Yeah. That was when Austin was very sick during that event too.
Yeah. Yeah. He was hyped up on something. I can't remember what, if it was just an illness or a flu bug or something like that. And it ended up kind of snowballing into something that was potentially life-threatening at the end of the event.
Yeah, if he took the wrong bump, he could have died.
Yeah.
Really?
And same with Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar. They were the main event that event. And both of them had neck injuries at the time.
Yeah. They were faking that there was a conspiracy going on, that these guys were being overtrained by somebody on the roster. This is like deep dark web type stuff I'm about to throw out there, but there's a rumor going around that I've seen on Reddit in the past and that stuff, that there was some, like, one of the assistant trainers on the roster at the time and that stuff was being paid under the table to specifically sabotage that year's WrestleMania. So by the way he was doing it, he was overtraining the people involved in the main events.
You think it was a Turner guy, or?
I think it might have been just maybe somebody from the outside that was maybe connected potentially with like either UFC or something along the line. Like somebody
that's when they were competing with the UFC directly.
Yeah, that's when they had started, getting more mainstream, right? And that stuff. So it's very dark web tinfoil hat, but there might be smoke where this is.
Because your two main events, all 4 wrestlers were very hurt during the event. So.
Yeah, so I didn't know about this until I listened to a podcast. I can't remember which one it was, but it might have been Between the Sheets where they had the one where they explore what happened in a week in wrestling history via what was going on in the dirt sheets, like Wrestling Observer and stuff like that. That week, they look back on it and be like, "Oh, well, Meltzer was right on that one," or "Oh, he was way off the mark there," or whatever. And I think that was brought up in one of the episodes where there is a real deep dark web rumor that somebody that was like an assistant trainer or something like that was, specifically paid under the table to sabotage that year's WrestleMania by overtraining the athletes. So that would would make sense. I mean,
it was a great WrestleMania, but it could have been a disaster.
There was a lot of guys who were hurt at the end of it. Like, I mean, there was, Stone
Cold was hurt.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle was hurt. Brock Lesnar was hurt.
Yeah.
Booker T was hurt at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a ton of guys that were hurt off the end of it. But anyway, that's something to look forward to maybe in that stuff. And Drag Racing Central just asking best NHRA paint scheme of 2021. I got to think back now and see which ones that I liked, but just off the top of my mind right now, man, that HendrickCars.com pro stock wrap that they had for Greg Anderson all season was pretty cool because it matched right up with the NASCAR ride, and I'm always one for team unity, so to see a NHRA version and a NASCAR version of the same car, and it having such a nice paint job. Like I like the red or I like the blue and the white and the red accents on it and that stuff. Yeah, that'll be my vote for the year. I like that one. So
that's actually a tribute to Ricky Hendrick's.
Yes,
Bush,
that's
Bush
another
car.
thing. Yeah,
Bush car from back in the day. Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah, exactly. I was trying to figure out what it was. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite paint schemes. Also, I like Alan Przenski's Scooby Doo paint scheme from Vegas too. That was pretty cool.
Yes.
Mystery Machine.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
So
and and then last one, Steve Torrance, Capco Contractors top projector. Even though it's like just plain red, black, and white, it's just still very sleek and smooth. I like that. I like that Capco Contractors paint scheme.
Yeah, if I had to pick a Nitro category car, it would be still the. I'm going to go with Jim Campbell and the Moon Eyes monochrome look that they ran at the World Finals, and I think they ran at the Winter Nationals too, and that stuff. Well, the Summer Winter Nationals, whatever it was, this past year. I like the black and white and the Moon Eyes look and everything like that. That looked really good. So that's
and Matt Hagen's Hellcat Red Eye paint scheme. I always loved that one. That
was good. That's going to be weird not seeing him in a. Well, we don't know. It might be a Dodge and he's in. It's still right.
Yeah.
So. But it's going to be weird not seeing him in a DSR car at least next year. So, but that's a thing. So we'll see exactly going forward. But that's it. So that's all I've got. At this point, I'm like, that's it.
He said no respect for Sean Langdon Sealmaster's car. So J.R. Todd actually ran that paint scheme a few years back. So we've seen that before. So
we have, That
J.R. Todd did it first.
Yeah, that used to be his week in, week out type ride with the neon and that stuff and everything. Yeah.
And Troy Coughlin Jr., I believe, ran the Sealmaster car for a few events also. Yeah, so we've seen that paint scheme before. Yeah.
Sealmaster's been with Coletta for quite a while. It's like 8 years or something like that or something. It's a long relationship with them. So
Jared Central, he's a youngster. He's young. He's a youngster.
Oh, he's learning. Yeah. No, that's your homework is you from this stream tonight is go and check out the Le Grand National Molson's on YouTube from 88 through 92. You'll be impressed with the quality of racing on that track in Montreal and that stuff. It was a lot of fun, back then to watch that stuff and everything. And it was big national news back because I think my dad's in his archive that stuff has a bunch of clippings and National Dragster and across the board of results and everything from our big newspapers like the Sun and the Journal and everything like that would carry this type of stuff when it happened. The event was always in June and was always hot. That's the hottest time of the year. So be the equivalency of about 85, 90 degrees Fahrenheit when they ran that event all the time out there. And it was It's near the track itself is near the St. Lawrence Seaway, so it's virtually sea level combination that they would run down there.
And they were running right before the Summer Nationals too in Englishtown, New Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah, and New Jersey, of course, was hot as balls. So there we go.
Yeah.
I started watching in 2012. Now you're making me feel old. I legit within arm's reach have tapes that are like 2 times older than 2012. so that's that. So right on. Cool. All right. Well, I've kept these guys long enough, and my cooler is empty and my cans are empty. So I'm pulling the plug. That's about it for tonight. So Morehouse, we can get you on Twitter at That House in Canada. And
follow that right now.
Twitter at That House in Canada, same Twitch handle as well.
Yep.
So I'm gonna start ramping that up. I'm gonna do Zelda Ramtizer here in January. So
little Zelda, love it. That's awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. So
That
Garrett,
House Canada.
Yeah,
That House in Canada. So last name is Morehouse, so I'm abbreviating it to That House in Canada.
Yeah, exactly. So. And he's on my friends. I've tweeted him like 1 billion times today on my feed too, Darren. So if you can't find him on the search, just go to my Twitter and he's there. So it's all there.
Yeah, I took a break during the pretty much most of 2021, but come back and rejuvenated and ready to go.
That's a story for another time and another place for sure. But definitely, when you feel comfortable about talking about it, Morehouse will definitely have you on, and we'll chat about it, because I feel like your story is very important. So it's all really good stuff. So, Darren, American Hot Rod Entertainment. You said you're taking a little bit of some downtime now, but 2022 you're gonna fire it back up again and get it all running.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got some legends coming to the channel soon. If
oh cool.
I don't want to say nothing right now, but first up, I could say one guy. All I'm gonna say is if you guys know about the Surfers, top field team from back in the day.
Okay. Yes.
And if you know about Champion Speed Shops, then you know who I'm talking about. So he'll be coming to the channel soon, and then we got some cool people coming on soon. So yeah, I'm gonna take a little break, but we'll start to ramping it back up soon. I just, like I said, I have a lot of other interests out there. So we'll be back on soon. Yeah.
Do a Google. That's the thing is, yes, definitely do a Google on those people and find out, because they are huge. I know who he's talking about, but it's going to be good. Darren always puts out great content. I enjoy just throwing on a video when he's chatting with somebody and sitting back and just listening to it and that stuff. It's like, being the third person in a room while 2 friends are having a chat or something like that. It's great stuff. So
we just recently had a Bobby Cottrell, 4-time NHRA Hot Rod Heritage Series Nostalgia Nitro Funny Car Champion. He drives for Bucky Austin, a Northwest hitter. So that was pretty fun. He's dominated the funny car scene lately. So just had him on. I love nostalgia racing. So I think I'm gonna go down that route for a little bit here soon. But yeah, like I said, if you know about the Surfers and Champion Speed Shops, then you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
that'll be cool stuff. So yeah, give them a search on YouTube, American Hot Rod Entertainment. I want to see that number above 1,000. I hope by the end of this week. That'd be a great.
We're gonna get there. Yeah, we're gonna get there.
I hope we get him there. That's for sure. Definitely. And if not, let me know, and I'll start like 6 or 7 burner accounts and try to climb up to get you up there.
Thank you.
Because you are so close. Then, if that's the case, that is. Yeah, we have to get them there this week.
You're less than the 10 from getting there. So
come on.
If I hadn't taken a break after Pomona, I think I would have been there by now. I think so. I think that little break just kind of
You get there when you get there.
You gotta take care of your mental health. So there's no.
You do what you can.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You do what you can. Exactly. So. What I got coming up, we've seen trailers of tonight. Stay tuned. Boxing Day, we have a full 3+ hour compilation of action from the West Coast Pro Mods, including action from 2021 from the tour stops in Edmonton at the brand new, newly christened, I guess, formerly Castro Raceway, now Rad Torque Raceway, and the Central Alberta Raceways in Rimbey. So awesome pro modified action. It's great. It's a lot of fun. to check out. We will also have New Year's Day. I'm going to try and endeavor to get this done. I'm just have it on the editor right now. The return of the wild shots, the wild rides of 2021, some of the wildest moments that we shot with the Nitromaniac TV cameras at the track this year. So a lot of frills and spills and a lot of crumpled bumpers and in some cases hurt feelings. But in classic motorsports fashion, everybody did the Diamond P and walked away. So it's all good. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That's hopefully coming New Year's Day. Fingers crossed. I'm just working on that as we speak. And on the Wrestling Unlimited channel, New Year's Day, myself and TL, he wishes he could have been here for this, but he had a family event tonight. It will be the Nitro's Take live recap of WWE Day 1, the brand new pay-per-view into the WWE universe that will take place on January 1st in Atlanta at I think it's still the Phillips Arena. Yeah, it is. It's got to be the Phillips Arena still.
It's
in Atlanta.
The old Thrashers Arena.
The what?
The old Thrashers Arena.
The old Thrashers Arena. Yes. Yeah, the old Atlanta Thrashers Arena. You kind of came out, the Thrashers Arena. Like that. I was like,
I've had a few whiskeys today. I'm feeling good.
And it's on a Saturday night.
Hey, I'm lit. It's Saturday night. Come on. That's it. That's all we do. So that's cool stuff. So, but anyways, you can follow me on Twitter at Kellen Nitro. Subscribe up. We've got links galore here. So tinyurl.com/Nitromaniac TV. That is the one for the wrestling channel with all the pro wrestling news and reviews with myself, Morehouse, TL, and a few other people. A big shout out, of course, to Spencer Love and Love Wrestling. Give him some love on Twitch too, twitch.tv/lovewrestling.ca for some great stuff. They got their event that they taped in October is debuting on January 1st as well. It's 3 solid hours of some of the best independent wrestling talent in Canada, wrestling at the Ed's Rec Room in Edmonton, which is a really cool venue where most venues have fans that kind of sit out and it's a flat, almost like a community hall type venue. They rent it out like a concert hall, so the fans go up. So it's kind of cool because there's like 4 or 5 levels of fans around ringside, which is kind of neat. It's like watching Thunderdome or something like that. It's pretty neat. I had a lot of fun being there in person for that event, and it was great. So again, twitch.tv/lovewrestling.ca for those folks. There it is. And of course, this channel that we've been given so much love for and that stuff is tinyurl.com/dragfiles, and subscribe up, and lots of content coming, more stuff that I haven't even mentioned tonight that I still have on the drawing board, and all sorts of things and so on and so forth. So that's it. That's all I've got for right now.
Cool.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So later days, happy wrestling watching, and we'll see you, and happy drag racing watching, I should say too, as well, because we were simulcasting. We'll see you next time here on Nitromaniac TV's Drag Files, Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited, and over on Darren's channel too, American Hot Rod Entertainment, over on Drew's channel too, Everything Nitro on YouTube, and you name it. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Don't forget Drag Racing Central also. He has a great channel also. Drag Racing Central.
And Drag Racing Central for sure. Merry Christmas, guys. All the best to everybody going forward into 2021, 2022. Peace and love. And here's a bunch of clips to end the show.
Nitromaniac TV's Drag Files, taking you trackside where an admission pass won't. Subscribe today for the best in modern and archival drag racing content. Plus, coming soon, join Kellen Nitro as he takes a look at the classic races that make up drag racing history in the Retro Race Review. Subscribe today at tinyurl.com/dragfiles. Files.